The following is a presentation of Manatee Schools Television in association with TV production teachers and students.
And you're looking at a beautiful shot of the stadium and field on the campus of Parrish Community High School in Northeast Manatee County. Tonight, it's a pivotal Class 3S District 13 battle as the Bulls get set to host the crosstown and district rival Braden River Pirates in this week's High School Football Game of the Week on MSTV. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. I'm Skip Wilhoit, and alongside me, as usual, we've got our coach in the box, longtime Manatee County coach Chris Comboy, and Coach Braden River coming to town tonight. And they've been one of the winningest football programs in the county over the last decade, but they are losers of 3 straight games, coming off a wax job down there before their bye week at Port Charlotte. Is this going to be a get-right game for the Pirates, or are they going to have their hands full here, you think, tonight with the Bulls?
Well, that remains to be seen whether it'll be a get-right game. I think they know what they feel like they know what they have to do to win, and that's get back to their running game that they've been known for over the years. But they also need to get the ball this year. They have some really good receivers, and Heaven and Schaefer out on the perimeter, and they need to get the ball to them a little bit. And this is not your mother's Parrish team. This is a much better football team than Braden River's faced in the past.
Yeah, and you talked about getting the ball to receivers in open space. We'll get more into that in our keys of the game later. But, you got to look at that ground game as well for Braden River. Last week, Parrish in that game against Mulberry giving up over 320 yards against the ground. It looks like it might be a soft spot for that Braden offense to pick on throughout that football game. So we'll go ahead and flip the switch now. We talked about the Bulls. Like you said, this is not your mother's Parrish community team, even though they're not that old of a team to begin with. Your mama wasn't watching football back then. But they are 5-1, winners of 4 straight games, and they have not lost since that beatdown by Lemon Bay in the second week of the season. The quarterback, Jackson Volt's, not even thrown an interception since then. They're playing good football. But again, go back to that game last week. The last thing that we saw on the field for Parrish, and they barely cracked 100 yards of total offense, 150 yards of total offense, gave it up on the ground. But it's an opportunistic football team. They make plays on special teams. They make plays on defense. And what an incredible win with a 57-yard fumble return for a touchdown inside of 2 minutes to pull that game out. Coach Dylan Clark has got this team playing right now above probably where we expected. Are they going to have their hands full tonight?
Definitely. Probably the best coaching job, I think, in the county Dylan Clark's been doing this year at Parrish. The program has improved leaps and bounds from year to year. He's got a good staff. He's got a veteran staff. He's got Frank Post running his defense, who used to be at Braden River, along with Mike Bailey, a couple of assistants at Parrish that used to be at Braden River. So I asked Coach Post before the game if he was ready for all the different unbalanced sets that Coach Sanders is known for at Braden River, and he said he thinks he is. Hopefully he didn't come up with any new ones. But Coach Sanders loves to run the ball. That seemed to be the Achilles for Parrish last week, so I'm sure Coach Sanders, it's in his DNA to go out there and run the ball and have long ground crunching drives. So I think that that's what that Braden River will try to do tonight.
Yeah, and Joshua Edwards at running back. He's a wide receiver on the roster, but he runs the football quite a bit, along with Marcus Galloway, who's now overtaken Edwards as the leading ground gainer for this Braden River team. So you expect to see a large dose of them. But Lucas Despot, the quarterback, first-year starting quarterback for Braden River, he's been slinging it. He's up almost to 1,000 yards on the year so far. Got a couple of good receivers out there, Isaac Heaven, Matt Schaefer, both of those guys coming up big so far. So I'm excited to see how Braden River and Coach Sanders does play this Parrish defense, because they can do it in a couple of different ways.
Yeah, and I think we saw Braden River against Manatee do some really good things on offense and move the ball against a real good defensive front. And then they had trouble getting in the end zone. Down in the red zone, they had that 5 tries from the 1-yard line, where a couple of them we thought they might have been in, but the refs didn't give it to them. So they have an offense that can move the ball on the ground, and that could be trouble for Parrish tonight. But Parrish has got a very good quarterback who manages the game very well, and anytime you have that, you're going to be in the game.
Yeah, we talked about Jackson Volt's not throwing an interception since that Lemon Bay game in the second week of the season. Chemistry Young, a young sophomore wide receiver for this team. He's a matchup nightmare for a defense as well. And switching it back to that Parrish defense, I really like the linebackers that they have on that team. They are moved to the ball, hit you types of linebackers, a little bit on the small side, but they've got a nose for the ball. if I'm going to see a weak spot, it's maybe the size advantage in the trenches for Braden River over Parrish. But those guys, now we talked to Coach Frank Post earlier, the defensive coordinator, and he told us that Holton Graham, one of their outstanding outside linebackers, has got a banged up shoulder, so he's almost playing with one arm out there. We'll see if Braden River can take advantage of that.
Yeah, their linebackers are a little undersized, but they are, if one word you would describe them as a motor, they all run to the ball, and when we saw them play earlier this year, that was the one thing that I was impressed by the most, was the ability of their defense to run to the ball. Get 11 guys around the ball. When you say a defense is opportunistic, it usually means they run to the ball, because when the ball pops out, there's somebody on the defense there to recover the fumble or to pick up an interception on a tip ball. You don't get that if you're lazy. You don't get that if you're feeling sorry for yourself because you got blocked. But the teams that run to the ball and try to get near the play, they end up being quote-unquote opportunistic because they're in the right place.
And that's exactly how Parrish pulled that game against Mulberry out last week in overtime, 23-22. As we said, a 57-yard fumble return for a touchdown with under 2 minutes left to go in the game. That's incredible. Blocked field goal that they said they should have had a touchdown off of that as well. And the yards on offense were tough to come by last week for Parrish. So now we've set the table. We've talked about Parrish. We've talked about Braden River, what they've got going for them and what they're facing tonight to pull out a victory. And again, this is a critical district matchup. If you're Braden River, you're right now. And we talked about the winning tradition at the River. They're the 11th seed in Region 4 on the outside by a large margin looking in. And on the other hand, Parrish, they're the number 4 seed right now. They'd play Barron Collier High School if the playoffs were to start right now. So it's critical. If you're Braden River, you're not going to get in the playoffs more than likely if you lose this game. You certainly have no shot at the district championship. And if you're Parrish, boy, that district championship has got to look awful tasty right now to you. There's a lot on the line for both teams tonight.
Yeah, definitely for the district championship. I don't know if I'd count Braden River out with a loss tonight. They got 2 very winnable games coming up.
Southeast next week, yep.
And I believe Charlotte. So they can finish with a few more wins, and they might, even if they lost tonight, I don't think their season's over. They have an outside shot. The way the high school is set up now with metros and subdivisions, you're seeing a lot of teams that would be in the playoffs right now with 1 win, 2 wins. So it's been a little bit watered down. So it's a little easier to get in. It's still going to take a lot to make a run and win it.
Yeah, I want to apologize to those Braden River parents and players and everybody out there. I understood what I said as I said it. That's why I changed gears and went to that district championship. You lose tonight, you've got no chance at that district championship after what happened down in Port Charlotte a couple of weeks ago. So it's critical if you want to win that, but it's also still critical if you want to make the playoffs. These are the games that playoff seeding is built on. So there, again, there's a lot on the line for both teams tonight, but Parrish, I think that they're looking at this as the youngest team in Manatee County as a statement game as well inside the county, that they're no longer the new kids on the block and they're here to stay. So we've got a lot of exciting action coming up here. We're getting ready for the national anthem, but before we get there, let's go ahead and take a look at the keys that we got. Now, every week we have this new package. We'll set the table for what we think is important, but we also have longtime Manatee County coach Matt Arcady providing us his keys to the game, and we like to go over those each week. So the keys for Coach Arcady, if we look at, first of all, Braden River, and we talked about some of these already, get the ball to the wide receivers in space. You mentioned the Manatee game where they did some good things and started to get the balls out to the outside. That's one of Coach Arcady's keys as well.
Yeah, also the size advantage on the O-line and D-line. You mentioned that. Braden River's a little bigger, and they like to play a big team game. They like to run the wide trap. They like to run zone and just pound the ball at you if they can. He's going to go unbalanced. He's going to go 3 tight ends on one side. He's going to. Coach Sanders loves to do that. He'll go unbalanced into the boundary and see if you adjust correctly. He keeps you got to be on your toes if you're a defensive coordinator as far as alignment with their formation. He'll try to out-formation you, and then also win the kicking game and field position battle, which I think the edge has to go to Braden River there with their kicker. Roos, who we've seen over the last 2 years, been really good, has a good leg.
He's got an offer from Louisiana Monroe, so he's a good kicker that's going to make him start at that 20-yard line every single time. We haven't had the opportunity to see too many field goal attempts from Roos this year, but he's a good kicker, there's no doubt. And on the other side,
I watched him in pregame warm-ups. He was making them easily from 40 yards, with plenty of distance. Not really struggling to do that.
Okay, and let's switch it on over now. If we've got the keys to victory for the Parrish Bulls, and we talked about establishing the run game, and we talked about that with Braden River, but it's also going to be key for Parrish High School as well. Jerome Turner, Jermaine Edwards, they're a two-headed monster that are averaging well over 6-point yards. Edwards 9.5 yards per carry. So get that running game going.
Yeah, they also want to play with incredible passion, and we talked about the linebackers, and that's how they've played in the past, and we've seen them playing with a motor. That's what the whole team has to play like that tonight, and also win the turnover battle. And you mentioned that Jackson Vols has not had turn interception since week 2, so if the backs hold on to the ball, you can count on Jackson Vols not to be generous with the ball, so they should have a good chance of doing that.
And those last 2 keys that Coach Arcady threw at us right there, I think they kind of speak to what we were talking about earlier. The Parrish Bulls no longer want to be viewed as the new kid on the block. Come out here, play with that intensity, show Braden River that you are the better team in this district. And Coach Arcady also thinking this is still a team, though, that maybe doesn't have that size advantage. They need to win the turnover battle if they're going to be successful tonight. We're going to go ahead now after those keys of the game and take you down to the field. You can see there the Parrish Community Bulls color guard coming out on the field, and we'll get set for the national anthem and then the coin toss.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tonight's officials are from the Gulf Coast Football Association. Referee Darnell Marcus, umpire Anthony Luciardi, head linesman David Federer, line judge Stephen D'Angelo, back judge Brian Abbott, and clock operator Greg Violet.
And as we get set for the coin toss, a good reminder out here that the high school football game of the week on MSTV, it is a production that's put together by a combination of MSTV staff. We've got Nick Backelder and Matt Messenger and Carl Shelton tonight with us from MSTV Studios, but also they're working with our students who are operating the cameras and doing other work required to get this production on the air tonight. And I want to go ahead and thank the TV production teacher here at Parrish High School, Erin Lish, and the students that she was able to bring with her tonight, Chase LaGrady, William Porter, Gavin St. Clair, Eli Daniel. We want to thank all you guys for coming out here and helping us put this broadcast on the air tonight. So we're getting set for the coin toss here as you see the captains for Parrish out on the field. Braden River still has their captains moseying on over to the sideline. And while we're doing that, getting set for tonight's game, we'll talk a little bit about the referees. Your head referee for tonight is Darnell Marcus. The umpire is Anthony Licardi. Head linesman is David Federer. The line judge, Stephen D'Angelo. Back judge, Brian Abbott. And the clock operator, Craig Violet. And those are your officials from the Gulf Coast Football Officials Association. They're going to be helping to put this game together tonight as well. And you see the Pirates coming out of the field right off to the side. Is that bull actually really called Rocky? Is that what they call it?
I don't know. I made that up.
Oh, you made that up.
That's
Okay.
USF's bull is Rocky.
Okay.
Maybe his name's Parrish. I don't know. Pete. Who knows?
We got to find that out. That's critical knowledge to have. It reminds me of
Babe the Bull
Babe, yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking Paul Bunyan. So there you go. And in there you see the shot of the Braden River Pirates, all white out there tonight.
White on white with the white helmet with pink socks and pink stripes on the helmet. We have our October obligatory cancer awareness, breast cancer awareness, everybody wears pink day, which
And
I'm a big fan of.
Yes, I do. You can see the captains coming out there.
Lane Tomlinson, number 8, one of their captains for, we haven't talked about him yet, for Parrish. Really kind of like the heart of their offense. He's an H-back tight end, but they'll line him up and at running back and they get down in the end zone and the red zone, short yardage. They like to try to get the ball to him, get some mismatches and matchups. He can be a problem for a defense in matchups. Also Jackson Voles out there as a captain, and the linebackers.
You got Micah Fett out there, number 33. You've got Isaac Heaven out there, number 1, who does play both ways, and Javon Moore, number 14 for the River. For the Bulls out there, you've got Jackson Voles, as you guys mentioned. You've got Lane Tomlinson, number 8. Holton Graham, the injured linebacker we talked about, who will be playing one-armed, according to his defensive coordinator. And then the outstanding linebacker, Gage Cameron.
Yeah, and I think he's been hurt all year. When we were at practice earlier in the year, he was actually not practicing that day for this, and he had with the same injury, I believe. And he played that Friday, and you could tell a couple of times he got up out of a pile, and it was bothering him a little bit. But he's a tough kid. Looks like he's just fighting through it. And it's probably one of those things where the doctors tell you that it's not going to get any worse than it already is. So however much pain you can tolerate, you can go ahead and play on it.
And you can see Darnell Marcus awarding the toss going to Braden River.
They defer to the second half, so it'll be Parrish's choice to take the ball.
And both teams with their pink accents on there, but I like the uniform matchup here tonight, the all-white versus the all-blue. It's a good-looking matchup for both teams on the field tonight.
As long as everybody who plays wears the same helmet, that's all I care. They're all white tonight.
That sounds like shade to me. So we won't go there, for some of our less fortunate programs in the county.
Drew Bledsoe used to complain about everybody in the AFC East having white helmets. He blamed his interceptions on that. Makes it a little tougher when both teams have the same color helmet when the quarterback's looking downfield. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to get into that one, but regardless, high school quarterbacks don't have that issue. And again, there's the all-whites with the pink socks. Braden River Pirates taking the field, followed by their cheer squad. And as the music starts to roar and the smoke starts to come out of the, what we'll just call blue.
Parrish Bulls will be greeted by the North Manatee Storm team out on the field. North Storm Football, Youth Football League. And it's great to see Coach Clark getting the community involved out here, and that's how you build a program. And from what I can see, he's doing everything right. Getting youth leagues to come out here and watch the game, getting more fan support, trying to do everything first class down there on the field.
And there you see the Parrish Bulls taking the field, led by that defensive coordinator, Frank Post, running out in front of everybody. And if you look at the stadium tonight, you're seeing a lot of bodies out here. Talking to folks before the game, they expected this to be maybe the busiest and biggest game of the year, and why not? It is a district matchup, a critical matchup. Again, 3S District 13, the championship, and both teams want to win it. They've got to be victorious here tonight. And we talked again about Braden River. If they want to stay alive in the playoff chase, they need to pull this victory out as well. And yes, they might be able to still make the playoffs. Right now, the 11th seed with a loss tonight, but that's tough sledding down the stretch.
Big win tonight with the 2 games they have coming up puts them in pretty good shape. You start feeling pretty good about yourself. Lost tonight, and you got other people have to help you. You don't want to ever get in a position where you got to count on other people to do something for you. You want to be able to keep it in your own hands.
And indeed, the deferment that we talked about after winning the coin toss, you can see Braden River lining up for their kickoff formation and stacking those coverage players with a unique formation there.
Yeah, we did that when I was at Western Maryland. I was assistant special teams coordinator, and that was one of the things we did. They break a little earlier than we did. We stayed in that until the kicker started his approach so that the return team had a hard time numbering 1 through, R5, R4, R3. They'd have a hard time picking up who they're supposed to block. I got a feeling he's going to kick it in the end zone. That's not going to matter, more than likely, with Roos's leg, but you never know. We'll see. We've seen him not get it in the end zone before, so it's definitely a chance for a return.
And back deep for the Bulls, number 10, Nazir Pitchford, and number 82, Reese Wilson. And Bruno Reese kicking off for the Pirates from his own 40-yard line. As we get set to kick this thing off here, and another Friday Night Lights on MSTV. I thought I was going to time that up better than that, but here we go.
I think 82 is Mosley, right?
Is 82? It should be then. Okay.
Yeah, I believe, yeah. R.J. Mosley.
Got the wrong number on the roster. Right off the bat, that's great.
and Jerome Turner 10 in the back. You might have had the wrong. You were doing off of Braden River.
Oh, that would be it.
It was Jerome Turner, but like we said, didn't really matter. Roos kicked it 6 to 8 yards deep in the end zone. It was never a question once it came off his foot that ball was going in the end zone. Be interesting to see what Parrish's offense can do. They really struggled last week against Mulberry. Mulberry's a good team. I think they're 4-2 now, and they play good football over in Polk County. They got tough kids. They probably, I would imagine, I didn't see the team, but I would imagine knowing what Mulberry's like, usually probably had more team speed than Parrish, and probably were a little bigger than Parrish, but Parrish was Bulls were able to pull out the victory.
And Jackson Volts out of the gun from the 20-yard line. First down and 10. Here we go.
They're coming out throwing.
And Volts looking deep off the
open.
bat, and he's got R.J. Mosley, and it's Mosley wide open into Pirate territory inside the 40-yard line and down to the 37 and on first down. Jackson Volts to R.J. Mosley. Big play.
Oh, that was a beautiful play, well designed. He comes across in motion and then heads up the seam and works across the field a little bit as he's heading up the seam. And Jackson Volts made a perfect throw over the linebackers and dropped it into him.
Nice second look on the instant replay there from our student cameraman. Mosley in motion. Volts gets that handoff this time. And that's Turner on the carry, and Turner's going to be tripped up, stays on his feet. And it looked like maybe they might have blown a whistle. Almost looked like they gave up.
I don't know if he went down or not, but they did. There was a little tweet of the whistle, kind of an inadvertent whistle. He might have put his hand down and stayed up, but they did blow the whistle there.
It did not look to me like he went down to the ground, but nonetheless, that whistle blown, play blown dead. And that's going to bring up second down.
And 15, according to the beautiful yardsticks over there. Second and 15, it gives us the digital distance, so we don't have to guess how far it is.
And with the scoreboard non-functional tonight, so I just thought I'd let everybody at home know about that. We have no scoreboard in the stadium tonight. All we've got is just the clock. So you will see an accurate time left in the game. And this time the handoff, Tomlinson. And Tomlinson powers his way inside the 35-yard line. Nice run by Lane Tomlinson.
They put Trips into the boundary, and then they brought him back from like a wing and flipped the ball to him. Didn't look like there was much there, but he just ran through some tackles, good hard running, and got 8 yards out of it. 7 yards out of it. Now we got 3rd and 8.
Got to get that ball spotted at the 33-yard line. 3rd down and 8. Scoreless game so far. Mosley in motion. And that pass is going to be to Mosley. Mosley's got a little bit of room out there, but that Braden River defense closes down quickly, and they're going to bring him down right about the line of scrimmage. That's going to be 4th down and 8 for the Bulls. Inside the 35, no man's land here. Coach, what do you do?
I don't know if their field goal kicker has this kind of range, and they're not even thinking about it. It looks like the offense is staying on the field. So they're going to be going for it here on 4th down right off the bat.
And Owen Tomlinson, the brother of Lane Tomlinson, who just had that carry, is the Bulls kicker. Hey, Coach Clark.
An empty.
Not hesitating.
Quick
The pooch kick. So Jackson Volts with no returnman back there, and that ball's going to roll.
Oh,
boy,
just went 1 yard in the end zone.
Just into the end zone. Great call, though, by Coach Clark and that team with no returner back there to get that pooch, and it almost worked.
Yeah, they almost had him pinned at the 1 yard line there and make him go 99 yards, but putting it on the 20 is not terrible either. I think that's a great call, like you said. You're definitely going to come out of that. Worst case scenario, ball in the 20 is not bad. Make the other team go 80. We talked about before the game with Frank Post. In high school, you got to make teams make snaps. The Parrish gets a long pass to Mosley, but they run him down and make the tackle, and you make them keep snapping the ball, and eventually you're going to get a guy fall down or a penalty. And in high school football, the key is to make the offense snap the ball again. Don't give up big plays. There's big plays will kill you.
Lucas Despo taking the field at quarterback. Galloway behind him along with Edwards. And we're going to get Galloway out there to start this game off. Where's that Edwards?
Got a good hole, ran through there for about 8 yards.
That was a nice pickup on first down.
For Galloway.
And that's Marcus Galloway. And so that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 2 yards to go. Pickup of 8 yards on first down for the Pirates and for Galloway.
It's not 2nd and 7. We can't trust those yardsticks for the rest of the night now because that's not 7 yards.
Yes, even my blind eyes can see that's a little bit less than 7 yards to go.
He hit the button too soon, I think.
This is a play, though. If you're offensive coordinator Eric Sanders, you
Take
can
a
do a
shot.
lot of things right here, including that shot that we saw Parrish take on their opening
We're
play.
seeing real soft coverage out here on the corner.
Well, here comes a DB back.
Looks like
Off
he
the field.
was sent off for uniform. Probably his knees weren't covered. Or, yep, he's pulling his pants down. Their knees have to be covered, and the referees in high school will send the guy off if the pants are up over his knees. But it seems like to me every other guy has that, so I don't know why they randomly enforce it, but they do. They have real soft coverage out here in the slot.
Dustin Springfield running on late. This is going to be Joshua Edwards, and Edwards tries that right side, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds just outside the 35-yard line. 36 is maybe where they're spotted, and that's going to be good enough for a River first down.
Yeah, Parrish had a guy there. He missed the tackle. Once he missed, he had that soft area I was talking about on the slot out there, and the DBs were both backpedaling out of there, so that's why he got a good gain on the play. But there was a defensive end there that almost made the tackle that could have made a play in the backfield. So it was defended well. They just Joshua Edwards just made a miss.
First down and 10, just outside the 35-yard line. And Despot's going to pass Isaac Heaven on that reception, tries to get it downfield and pick up of about 9 yards. Good chunk play again on first down for the Pirates.
And that's getting the ball to the receiver in space that we talked about and that Coach Arcady talked about. That they didn't do it till late in the game against Manatee or later in the game, and they started having some success doing it. That was a good-looking play there. Once again, another 2nd and 2. Offensive coordinators love to have that 2nd and 2, and they're going trips into the boundary too here.
Watch that backside play with that field side. You got Cody Kawchak back over there. There's going to be a handoff to Galloway. Galloway fighting for room up the middle. Not a whole lot there as that Parrish defense stout at the point of attack.
It's going to be
maybe
close.
a yard.
I think it's going to be about 3rd and about a half a yard there. Depends on where they spot it. Oh, they walked it back to the line. So.
Yeah, that ball's going to be spotted at the 45-yard line.
3rd and a little less than a yard.
Let's see how they line up here. Tight, I would imagine.
Same
you
formation.
go trips to the boundary again.
Yeah, they're going to go trips in the boundary again, and they may run the same play. They weren't in the huddle long. It may be just a replay and run the same play.
There it is. Galloway tries that left side, but cuts it up. Nice job by Marcus Galloway. Good vision to get that ball back up inside and pick up the first down and get it in to Parrish territory inside the 50 down to about the 47.
That was Nick Mancato pulling on the trap there. That's what I was saying. They like to run the wide trap. I mean, I think, some offensive coordinators, it's your DNA. You have certain plays you go to. I know
a nice shot.
When I was calling plays, I love the shovel and the speed option, and Coach Sanders loves that wide trap. When he's in a bind and a short yardage play, he likes to go to that, and that's what they did there.
There's your trips to the short side of the field again. Play. Galloway again going left and cutting it back into the inside, picking up positive yards on first down. Looks to be about a gain of 6 on first down. So first down, Coach. Braden River getting ahead of the sticks. Really nice play so far and chunk yards on first down. That's a pickup of maybe 7 there.
Yeah, the Parrish offense, or Braden River offensive line is coming off the ball really well and dominating Parrish right now. That time they were into trap, and Parrish tried to spill it, and the trapper just wrapped around the outside, and they got another 6 yards. So Coach Jim Cooper's offensive line is they're coming off the ball. They're ready to play tonight.
It's going to be a pickup of 6 on first down, 2nd and 4. Despot's going to pass that ball. He's got a receiver out there past the sticks, and that's going to be good enough for a River first down. That's Joshua Edwards, number 17, on the reception.
Yeah, just a spot pass out there, just a quick, we used to call it 81 cut at Manatee. Just the quarterback just pulls up and throws it right out there. He's not reading anything. Just a quick screen to the outside to a receiver. Not the tunnel screen. He's not trying to come back into traffic. He's going to catch it and try to get underneath one guy and get back outside. But great drive for Braden River. They're just having their way with the Parrish defense right now. Coach Post mentioned bend but don't break. So this is a point where they have to, at some point, stop them. Make them keep snapping the ball, and maybe they'll make a mistake.
At least bend less at the 35. Despot's got a receiver flag down on the play.
It's probably going to be an illegal receiver downfield. Somebody was probably covered up.
Edwards again on the reception, but let's check this flag. They're waving him back, it looks like.
He didn't throw the flag till the ball was thrown, so like he was waiting to see if it was a pass play. It's an ineligible receiver downfield, I think. Somebody lined up on the line on the outside and covered up an inside receiver. And that's just what we talked about. If you keep making them snap the ball, eventually they'll make mistakes. Now instead of another first down there, they're going to be looking at 1st and 15.
You can see the call right there again. Illegal man downfield. You nailed it, Coach, and that's going to take them back 5 from that previous line of scrimmage.
A little water break here for a 6-minute water break with 6:34 left in the game.
And so far, we've been able to keep the down and distance, been able to keep the clock running there. We'll see if the scoreboard actually works on our screen, but it is not working in the stadium tonight.
I've got the score right now, so we're okay with that. Still
this is an easy one, exactly. 0-0.
Until those numbers get above 1, then I'll have a problem. But right now it's 0-0. We know that.
Well, we talked about this when we had the Bayshore Bruins in here a few weeks ago with the down markers on the other side of the field there, how beneficial that is for a couple of old guys like us to be able to see that lit up, the down and the distance as well. We just got to make sure that they're right because they got us a couple of times last time.
I've been bragging about them to everybody I talk to, but now tonight they're letting me down. This is the second time they've got the distance wrong. It says 1st and 10 and it's 1st and 15.
Well, we got hosed like that last game as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, but just got to pay attention. That's it.
They're fancy though. I like
they
them.
are fancy. Everything about the school's new. So
it's true.
You've got a very spread out campus here, out in Parrish in East Manatee County. A lot of property out here, which is quickly getting snapped up.
Big growing area. Yep. The new Publix right around the corner here is getting ready to open up. I can drive by there every day, and it's probably open before Christmas.
So here we go. 1st down and 15 for the Pirates. From the 40, pass complete, caught, and that's Schaefer, number 7. He's going to get a big chunk of that back and put him down in 2nd down in manageable situation. 2nd down at about 5 to go, 6 to go.
That's a little stick concept. Y stick. He just runs a little hitch on the inside, and the outside runs vertical, and then the number 2 guy was running a bubble, and the quarterback reads that flat defender, and he widens with the bubble and leaves Schaefer wide open. Schaefer started at Parrish, was one of the better players 3 years ago, and transferred to Braden River, so this will be an interesting game for him. I'm sure he'd like to try to get in the end zone tonight, and I'm sure his former classmates that don't want him to get in the end zone will be extra special.
2nd down and 6. Despot gets his man out to the outside, and that ball's bobbled and juggled. Let's see if Edwards able to hold on to it before he goes out of bounds, and he did. Ball marked at the 30-yard line. Good job holding on to it, but only a pickup of about a yard. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, that was they're really starting to jump that hitch now. Look for a little hitch and go coming up soon, if not now on the next drive. They've hit so many of those short passes in the flats now. The defensive backs are starting to get a little more aggressive. He came up quick on that one and made a great tackle on it. I'm not sure he was in bounds when he caught it after all the bobbles, but they gave him credit for the catch and a 1-yard gain, so we got a 3rd and 5.
Here's your bend or break moment right here on 3rd down and 5. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line, probably on the very outside edge of where you want to try a field goal with Bruno Roos. So
I would think they would try it.
And we've got a timeout by Braden River down on the field. 5:32 remaining in the opening quarter. 0s on the scoreboard right now at Parrish Community High School. As Braden River on their opening possession, we saw the Bulls on their opening possession with a nice strike downfield from Jackson Volts to his receiver downfield, R.J. Mosley, and now they weren't able to convert after that. But Parrish has been, Braden River's been able to put together a nice drive right here. But this is that point where defensive coordinator Frank Post said, "Hey, we cannot break. We can only bend." And right now on 3rd down and 5. There's not a lot of other opportunities for this defense to stand tall.
This has been Eric Sanders' dream drive, just eating the clock in little chunks, moving down the field slowly. He loves to control the game, the tempo of the game, move nice and slow, keep getting 1st downs, if he can finish it with points.
Despot with the snap, gets the handoff to Galloway. Galloway still going, and Marcus Galloway's going to gallop into the end zone. Touchdown, Braden River, outstanding run.
Great run, good call. That tells me they were going to go for it on 4th, running that play. But they were probably getting areas breaking tackles, too much speed. Galloway hit the hole. I like his running. He runs downhill. He's both their running backs are good running backs. They're a little smallish, but they run downhill and they run north and south. And I think they can be very effective at the high school level doing that.
Roos on for the extra point attempt. Loving that replay out there. Our student cameramen getting it done tonight.
Oh, yeah, shaky snap. He got it through. And
Roos does get it.
And we had some leakage on the left side there. So
Nicholas Sinelli, the holder, able to get that ball down.
they'll have to get that straightened out over on the sideline with the offensive line with that penetration they got on the extra point.
And how about that? The scoreboard on our camera, on our game tonight, working. So I was afraid that we wouldn't have any kind of scores available for the viewers out there watching this game, but we do. As you can see right there on your screen, it's Braden River High School 7 and Parrish nothing after one drive apiece.
Those tech guys in the truck are better at math than us, so it's probably better that they're keeping the score.
These guys are amazing, yes.
Yeah, we don't want us keeping them.
Yeah, it's one less thing that we've got to think of, and Lord knows that benefits everybody.
Is it all ones and zeros for them, though?
I don't think so. I don't think that's like the computer that reads the ones and the zeros, the binary language.
Once again, PE teacher.
That's fair enough. Yeah. You know, you're not going to win any Nobel Prizes in science.
Yeah. Nobel. Can you get a Nobel Prize in bombardment? Do they do that? Do they give one of those out?
No, I thought they even took bombardment out of the school. Do we even have bombardment?
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that, maybe.
Let that one out of the bag, Coach.
Uh-oh. The PE teachers around the county are upset now. I'm not supposed to let anybody know about that.
R.J. Mosley once again back deep.
9 yards deep that time by Roos. Good kick. That's such a weapon in high school. If you have a guy, you have confidence that you can put it in the end zone every time. Then you don't have to have your first string defense out there on kickoff. Maybe as the game moves along, you can rest guys here and there, spot play guys, let some subs get in that don't normally play because you know that there's a pretty good chance it's not going to be returned anyway.
Yeah, Kurt Bradley talked about him last year when he was a freshman. That's what the one thing he loved about him is he's going to make every opponent start at that 20-yard line.
Early in the year last year, they were trying to pooch a lot with him. I remember we did the first game, and they were trying to pin guys in at the 10 and kick a high, not in the end zone kick. And then I think Coach Bradley said, no, let's just kick it in the end zone and put them on the 20 and see what happens.
Here the handoff this time to Jermaine Edwards. And Jermaine Edwards, nice run out near the 30-yard line, 9 yards on first down. So both teams getting some positive yards on first down to get themselves ahead of the chains.
That's a good run.
That's going to be a first down, actually. They're going to mark that across the 30 at the 31. So check that. That is a first down for the Bulls.
So both offenses moving the ball well tonight.
First and 10 from the 31. Volts looking downfield again.
Got
Lane Tomlinson. Nobody behind him. And Lane Tomlinson still on his feet.
Touchdown.
Tomlinson at the 20. Nobody's going to get him. 5. Touchdown. Parrish Bulls.
Nice play action. Linebackers all came downhill. Tomlinson ran right behind him. And Bulls made a great throw over the linebackers there.
Nice shot. Love that camera angle by our student cameraman out there. Another good look at it. Chemistry Young following him into the end zone. And just like that, 2 plays, 80 yards. And that's going to be a 69-yard hookup between Jackson Voles and his receiver, Lane Tomlinson.
Yeah, we mentioned Lane Tomlinson before the game. He was a captain. He was kind of the heartbeat of their offense. He kind of makes the offense work. He's so versatile he can run deep routes. He can carry the ball in short yardage. He can line up attached to the line and be an efficient blocker as a tight end. So with his size, so he's a great player. You don't get a lot of bodies like that in high school. It's hard to find. So he's a difference maker for them.
You see the offsides call on the extra point attempt. Interesting. Coach Clark leaving his kicker Owen Tomlinson out there on the field, not going to try to go for this in a 1-point ball game right now. 4:52 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, you don't want to chase points early in a game like this. You take the automatic one if you have a kicker. If some of the teams we don't have a kicker, that might be a time to switch and go for 2.
So Lane Tomlinson, on the strength of a 69-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Jackson Voles, gets it in the end zone, and then Owen Tomlinson puts up the extra point, and that, if my math is correct, gets us tied at 7 apiece. 4:52 to go in the opening frame now. So we've got ourselves, as billed, a great district matchup here. A lot of folks coming out here for this game tonight expecting a great game, and they are not disappointed so far.
It's been good offense. If you're a defensive coach, you're probably a little disappointed, but the offenses have had their way tonight. Parrish, both teams.
It makes it more exciting, you have to say, for the average fan to watch it. Yes. There's not too many defensive gurus sitting in the stands out there,
There's
other
one.
than the defensive players' parents, you know, that are rooting for a low-scoring
slugfest. You got Coach
slugfest.
Arcady out there, and
He's also a former wide receiver. So.
Yes, he is. He's a former wide receiver, but he's gone to the dark side now. And he's a defensive guy.
Oh, so here we go with Tomlinson getting set to kick off, and that's going to be short. And that's fielded by, it looks like.
Got a hole.
Is that Mosley?
No,
it's not Mosley. Still on his feet, though. That's Joshua Edwards. Number 17 on the kickoff return, and Edwards all the way back into Bulls territory inside. Here we go, one more look at it with Edwards. With defenders bringing him down and dragging him down like a water buffalo around the 30-yard line.
That's a big play, like I said. You make him take more snaps. You know, for a second here, I thought he might be gone, and Parrish's kick coverage team was ready to was able to get over there and make the play, make him snap the ball, make him earn it.
And they're going to spot that thing at the 33-yard line. First down and 10.
Really, you know, Parrish had taken some momentum back with that touchdown strike to Tomlinson, and then Braden River comes right back and gets a big kickoff return. If they can capitalize on that, they can get the momentum right back on their side. Big Mr. Mo.
It was a short kickoff and a low kickoff on top of it, so not a lot of time and opportunity for the coverage team to get down there.
Yeah, and it was well blocked. There was one guy from Parrish that had a chance to make a play, and he was able to run away from him.
Despot on the handoff that time to Galloway. Galloway's going to power ahead.
So he got 3.5 yards, 3 yards. It should be 2nd and 7.
And that ball now spotted at the 30-yard line, so indeed 2nd down and about 7 to go. Schaefer and Heaven to the bottom of your screen. Galloway in the backfield behind Despot. And Edwards to the top of your screen. 2nd down. And Despot's going to throw. He's got Isaac Heaven, and Heaven with the reception makes a man miss and able to get ahead. It's going to be close to the sticks.
I think he's just short. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Here's another look at Isaac Heaven's reception. Good job holding onto that ball with 3 defenders dragging him down. And let's see where they do spot it inside the 25. Just outside the 24, 3rd down and 1.
They're taking advantage of the deep corner on this side, and that's R.J. Mosley, who's playing both ways. So he's playing off, giving a lot of cushion there. He's also playing, special teams as well. So
he doesn't come off the field.
It seems like he's been out there the whole game, but very soft cushion out there. Now we got the trips into the boundary again. They ran this earlier. They ran trap to the wide side of the field here.
And that's Edwards on the carry. There's no defenders, and Joshua Edwards going to hit that corner, get in the end zone, touchdown Pirates.
Yeah,
and again, a quick strike offense for Braden River. Here's another look at it.
We went, strength into the boundary there. It looked like Parrish over-committed into the boundary, and they were able to, looks like Kowchek out there was able to pin the linebacker, and there was nobody left when he bounced it outside to the wide side of the field.
So a long, drawn-out drive on their first possession, and then 2 quick strike drives, first by the Bulls and now by the Pirates, and that's put Braden River ahead 13-7 with this extra point pending by Bruno Roos.
What was the over-under in this game? Can you see a line on that?
I don't think we discussed the over-under before the game, locally set line. And we've got ourselves, it looks like another procedure call here. So we've had a couple of extra points with penalties.
The good thing is when you have a kicker like Roos that shouldn't affect him much. 5 yards should not be an issue for him. But then again, you have to snap it again, you have to block it again, you have to hold it again, so there's more of a chance for something to go wrong. You don't ever want that to happen.
You're right, there's a lot of variables, and let's not forget it went through the pipes last time.
Yeah.
You don't want to take points off the board even though it didn't count. High snap, and that's a low, and it bounces off the crossbar and goes through.
More leakage on the left side of the Braden River line there. That was almost blocked. Right through the A gap, it looked like.
I'm not sure if we're going to get another look at that to see if anybody did get a paw on that ball. But it went through nonetheless. I'll tell you what, another 5 yards and that would not have, another yard and that wouldn't have went through, but it did. And so with 3:02, we've now got 3 touchdowns in this ball game already. 3:02 left to go in the opening quarter. This is a veritable shootout.
Yeah, not a good night to not have a scoreboard for us. For you and me, a good thing the guys in the truck are on the ball.
Yeah, they got our backs down there. We were afraid that we'd have to keep the down and distance up here, keep the score up here.
I had my abacus out. I didn't know what was going to go on. I thought,
the abacus, yes, that's what I need. Fingers just don't do the trick. You know, I found that out. And back deep once again, R.J. Mosley, Jerome Turner for the Bulls. Bruno Roos set to kick it off.
he's probably mad about that extra point kick, so he'll kick it 10 yards deep.
It's headed towards the goal line, but short. Maybe. Nope, it's in the end zone. Turner let that thing go.
Got under it a little bit on that one, but it was about 2 yards deep in the corner.
Which is dangerous on those kickoffs, angling it down, because if it doesn't get in the end zone before it hits that corner and goes out of bounds.
35-yard line.
Boom. So instead, Parrish is going to begin first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line, down by a touchdown right now. But again, last time all it took for them was 2 plays to go 80 yards. And they also had that big pass play on the opening possession as well. So let's see if they go back to the air, if they keep it on the ground. Right now, Jackson Volts easily over 100 yards passing, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, he should have 120 in the 2 completions that I can think of. One was for 80 and one for 40.
69, but who's counting?
69.
That pass, Mike Bell, the reception that time for the Bulls, out past the 25-yard line to the 26. Again, nice play, nice pickup on first down. Both of these teams doing an outstanding job of getting positive yards on first down, getting ahead of the chains, and not setting themselves up.
You know, Braden River got beat deep last time, so they're cognizant of that, and they come out and play a little softer in coverage here, and they've given up the hitch. High school football is getting to the point where if you play 10 yards off like some of these corners are trying to do, teams are going to take advantage. There it is again. That was an RPO. He just sees there's nobody out there, and he's just, even though it was a run play called, he's just going to flip it out and get a first down because the corner is at 10 or 11 yards off.
All day long, and if all you need is 4 yards, you're going to get it with that soft coverage. And speaking of 4, that's Mike Bell again on the reception. The junior wide receiver came into this game with 58 yards on 5 catches. Already got a couple of them in back-to-back throws here.
And that in the RPO era, that's what teams are going to do.
Tomlinson in motion, look back for Volts. And Volts is under pressure. He's going to take off. Jackson Volts trying to make a man miss. Goes airborne across the line to gain. Let's see where they spot that ball. It's going to be right at the stripe on the 45.
It's a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 right on the 40.
Nice effort that time. Look at it again as we see Jackson Volts running. Throws a little juke move out there and then goes airborne. Doesn't come down until he's got the first down.
Yeah, he actually cheated him on the spot a little there. I thought he was well over the line where he hit the ground.
First down and 10 from the 45-yard line. Volts, low snap, handoff, Turner. And Turner's going to be bottled up that time. Maybe a pickup of about a yard.
That looked like a call I would make just a quarterback can catch his breath. It's probably not what they wanted to do. But after running, you can see him. He's out there. He's kind of breathing heavy, hands on his hips, getting flipped upside down in the play before. So you call a straight ahead run and let him hand the ball off and kind of get his wits back about him.
And that was Jermaine Edwards on the carry, not Jerome Turner. And it's going to be Edwards again on the carry. Tries that right side, but he's brought down. Great play by Isaac Heaven that time on defense. Another guy going both ways for the Pirates tonight. Great job of penetration.
Oh, big time play there, coming up to play the run from his corner position. They tried to motion to the wide side of the field and run a little sweep back into the boundary. Heaven wasn't having it.
And we've got 3rd down and about 12 to go now for the Bulls.
Watch Tomlinson here. They're going to try to work him up the seam, I think. No, he's staying in the block this time. Screen.
And Tomlinson right over the middle, that middle tight end screen, and it's going to be bottled up that time as well. Nice job by Tomlinson fighting for extra yards, but the Braden River defense stands tall. It is going to be 4th down for the Bulls. One more look at it right here. Nice job that time by the defender holding on and bringing him down. That was number 23, Christian Figueroa. 4th down and about 5 to go, about 4.5 long, 4. They're going to punt it away. Back
try to draw them off sides here. Maybe try like the long snap or long count. Oh, they got a bad snap. He goes back on it.
Nice
job.
job.
Nice job by the punter. Great job. That saved.
That was Owen Tollins again, the punter slash kicker, and it winds up being a pretty good punt and a pretty good net yardage gain for the Bulls.
That could have been like an 80-yard difference or a 60-yard difference if he doesn't back up and catch that punt.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Your score from Parrish Community High School in Northeast Manatee County. It's the Braden River Pirates 14 and the Parrish Bulls 7. We'll be right back for the start of the second quarter. Hey there. And welcome back to Parrish High School.
Quarter number 2.
For the start. And Braden River first down with the ball. Handoff that time to Galloway, and Marcus Galloway tries the right side. Decent pickup, maybe not the yards they've been used to getting on first down tonight, but still a positive pickup of about 3 yards.
Yeah, it looked like they ran a trap there. Like I said, the outside trap is one of their favorite plays. And
well, they're going to give him 4 on that carry.
4?
Yeah,
as an offensive coordinator, that's a positive play if you get 4 or more.
That adds up to a first down if you keep it going.
Yeah. Second and medium instead of second and long is good. It gives you some more options. You don't want to be 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 9, but second and 6 is good.
And Kawchak, and you see him at the bottom of the screen along with Joshua Edwards split out.
Stacked out there. Kawchak stacked behind the X, the outside receiver.
4 receivers.
And there's empty 5 receivers.
And Despot's going to throw that ball out of the empty set, and he's got
Wide
a man
open.
downfield. It's Isaac Heaven, and nobody back behind him. 1 man to beat him. R.J. Mosley's got the angle, and he's not going to get him. Number 1, Isaac Heaven. Touchdown, Braden River.
Yeah, they just out-formationed him there. Coach Sanders, great call with the formation. There wasn't enough defensive backs on the 2 receiver side to defend that when he worked inside. It was just read off of 1, and he was wide open.
Wow, 75 yards on that touchdown from quarterback Lucas Despot to his receiver Isaac Heaven, who is playing both ways. So he's not going to get a lot of rest, Coach. He's going to have to go right back out there on defense.
Well, you know, at least he doesn't have to cover kicks. They can just let Roos kick it in the end zone. They don't have to worry about that. So he can at least go there and get a drink for 1 play.
We'll look at it from our student camera. Operators down there on the field doing a great job tonight. Great job in the booth, bringing you these angles and these shots. And that extra point that time is up and good by Bruno Roos. And with 10:57 remaining in the opening half in the second quarter, the River now goes on top by a score of 21-7. Again, Coach, this is a critical 3S District 13 matchup. Right now, it's the Bulls who sit in first place, a half a game ahead of Port Charlotte. And the Braden River Pirates are the ones who's staring at the playoff picture. On the outside is the 11th seed, but they're the team that's up by 2 touchdowns tonight. And we talked about the Braden River tradition. We talked about maybe the size advantage in the trenches, but Braden River's making some plays out there.
Yeah, Braden River's offense looks great. They look like they're ready to play. They've had a great game plan. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. They're getting the looks that they want from Parrish's defense, and they're taking advantage of it. So right now, Parrish really hasn't shown that any ability to stop Braden River yet.
Well, they've got a couple of big pass plays. We talked about Jackson Volz airing it out down there, the 69-yard touchdown to Lane Tomlinson, and also another big pass play that they had to R.J. Mosley. So they've got the quick strike capability. But last time, and then we got an onside kick attempt by Braden River, and it's going to be recovered. Did that go the 10 yards? And it looks like it did. And wow, you talk about pulling something out of your bag, Coach Kurt Bradley. What's up with that? Up 21-7.
That's a good call. Good call. The outside man for Parrish was sinking early. They probably saw that. It's right over there in front of the Braden River bench, and they saw it on the previous kick. And they went ahead. And, every team has that in, and whether or not you have the guts to call it is different. But
Braden River going to go back on offense on the Parrish side of the field. Ball spotted at the 49-yard line. First down and 10. You can see the refs huddling up right now and talking about it, but that ball clearly looks to be in possession by the Braden River Pirates after that onside kick attempt.
Yeah, I thought the ball crossed the 50. The only question was whether somebody was blocking in front of him, which I don't think you can do anymore in high school, to go ahead of the ball and light somebody up.
That's got to be deflating for Parrish. They think they're going to get the ball back.
Especially if they can capitalize and score here, because, Braden River gets the ball first in the second half.
And Marcus Galloway on a first down carry across the 45-yard line down to about the 43. Another great pickup on first down for the Pirates. And Marcus Galloway.
And that Parrish defense is really getting tired now. You're looking out there and you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips up front, and in the secondary they're walking around, looking a little lost. I think they're getting a little down right now. And Braden River, I guess Kurt Bradley could kind of sense that and wanted to, finish him off, so that's why he called the onside kick. And it's a great call, great execution, great kick. Second bounce, bounced up right to the outside man, right across the 50. Very well executed.
Second down and 5. Desmond's going to throw that ball. He's got his receiver Edwards, and Edwards tries to make the defenders miss, but he's going to be dragged down after a short pickup. That's going to bring up third down and about 3, maybe a pickup of 2 yards on that play. Let's see where they spot it.
I think we're going to see a double pass off of that eventually. The way the Parrish defense is coming up, and I know Braden River has it in their playbook. We've seen them run toss passes and double passes. So.
Well, that's getting the ball out to the receivers in space, as Coach Arcady was talking about before the game, as you talked about before the game as well. And so far, so good.
And winning the kicking game was another thing, and what we've seen so far with the kickoffs into the end zone and now the onside kick. They're doing everything that he said they needed to do.
Galloway, left side. Galloway tries to hit the edge, and he's going to be driven out of bounds, chased out of bounds inside the 37. And it looks like they're going to spot that thing right around there, maybe the 36-yard line. Let's just see.
Yeah, he bounced it outside. John Keene was there to make the tackle. He couldn't make the tackle. He was able to break that tackle and get the first down.
We talked about the linebackers for the Bulls: Holton Graham, Gage Cameron, Jack Menser, Ben Biasini, active linebackers. But the problem for that front seven for Parrish is they're undersized compared to their opponents tonight. And as this game goes on, they might wear exactly.
Yeah, it's starting already. I think they're starting to wear them down already.
And Galloway testing that defense right behind his offensive line, and another big chunk play, 7 yards that time. Take another look at this with Galloway right up the middle. You can see that line of scrimmage just moving back into Parrish territory.
Well, Dustin Springfield making a play there, number 5 making a tackle. But, when your defensive end's making a tackle 8 yards downfield, that's not a good sign.
Second down now in a short 4. That ball spotted at the 30-yard line.
A compressed formation here for Braden River. They got the receivers in a little tighter.
And just outside of your screen, it looks like Edwards behind Despot, and it's going to be Edwards on the handoff. Nice job that time. Good penetration by number 14 for the Bulls. That's Ashton Springfield, the defensive end.
Yeah, that's what you want, your defensive end making the plays in the backfield. Got in the backfield, made the play. There was nothing there. The Springfield brothers.
Springfield coming into this game with 10 tackles for a loss, 3.5 sacks. He's used to playing behind the line of scrimmage. At that time, it was a much-needed defensive stand here. Well, stop, because here comes the opportunity for a stand. Third down and a long 3 to go for the Pirates. Big play for this Parrish defense. Wolf fakes the handoff, has a receiver, it's Heaven, and Heaven tries to make a man miss, but he's going to get that first down. First down and 10 for the Pirates, and they are on the move.
Yeah, once again, the soft corners out there, and Braden River, when, they line up on the ball and look back at Coach Sanders and get the play, and they're just seeing the soft corners, and he's calling hitches and spot passes out there, and that was a little quick out off a little play action because he knows he's got a soft corner and he can get that.
Boy, in that down and distance, those corners have got to come up tight. I mean, I'd almost bait him.
Penalty there.
Give him the soft cushion, and then before the snap of the ball, come on up and play press. But too late for that, but we do have a penalty on the play, as you said, Coach.
Another
you got a legal man
downfield,
and that's a huge penalty after that first down gain. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 to go now for the Pirates. A little bit different play call here for Coach Eric Sanders.
Yeah, I noticed the outside receiver on the left was on the line of scrimmage, but there was also a tight end there, but I didn't think he went downfield. But I didn't really watch him after he snapped. I thought he stayed in and blocked. You can cover a tight end up if he doesn't go downfield. If he stays in and blocks, so by formation, it's not necessarily a penalty just because you line up that way. The guy has to go downfield.
3rd down and 8 yards to go for the Pirates. And that screen is shaken because of the fans banging their feet against this metal stadium, and that ball is going to be incomplete. And the Parrish defense do stand tall in the saddle this time. 4th down for the Pirates.
I think they're going to go for it.
Well, this is the same area of the field where they went for it before, a little bit outside of Bruno Reese' field goal range.
I don't know.
I'm not seeing...
No, they're going to go for it.
I'm not seeing Roos come on the field.
They may end up having to take a timeout because they're taking so much time to get the play in. But, well, they've got it, and here they go. 4th and 9, 4th and 8.
Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. 4th down and 8 yards to go for the Pirates. I'm surprised that play clock. Did they call timeout? Okay. Because that play clock had to be going down. We cannot see a play clock.
There's no play clock. You look at the back judge. When it gets down to 5 seconds, he puts his hand up, and he'll count it out like a basketball official when there's no play clock on the field.
And to get the scoreboard here at Parrish High School not functional this evening. So there's a few things that we will not be able to keep track of. But again, the guys that we got down in our truck, our production crew, able to maintain that scoreboard on your screen. 21-7, 6:52 left to go in the opening half. And right now, it's the Braden River Pirates on the 35-yard line of the Parrish Bulls, facing a 4th down and 8. And man, Coach, down 14 points. We've already talked about how important this stand is for the Parrish Bulls. They've got to stiff it up right here.
Yeah, this is huge right here. Getting down to the end of the quarter here. We got 6 minutes left to the half. I said Braden River gets the ball in the to start the second half because they deferred. You keep them out of the end zone here and maybe go down and score, make it 21-14. Stay in this game for Parrish.
You got 4 wide receivers out. There are 3 wide receivers and a tight end, I should say, with Kachak, or check that. That is Schaefer in the slot.
Delay a game.
And another flag down.
Illegal procedure.
Wow. So you go from a 4th down and 2, which they convert to a 4th down and 3, which they convert to a 4th and 8. And now you're going to be staring at a 4th down and 13. This might change Coach Bradley's mind, and we may see Roos come on after all. Yep. We'll need to punt this ball away.
Yeah, they're going to punt it, looks like. And that's got a really, that's a real big stop for Parrish after giving up that onside kick to be able to stop them and not get any points out.
Absolutely huge, but I'll tell you what, this might be a break for Braden River on a 4th down and 8. That's not a gimme play. And the last thing you want to do is set the Bulls up with great field position at the 40-yard line. So, as it stands, the River's going to have a chance to pin Parrish deep. And let's see if Roos can execute this punt.
It's also an area where you don't mind a fake punt either, because you might think of doing something like that.
R.J. Mosley back deep for the Bulls. That's a nice-looking punt by Roos. It's going to bounce short of the end zone. And look at that roll, and they can't cover it. And boy, that ball was beautifully kicked by Bruno Roos, and the bounce just took off on him, and they were not able to down it before it went in the end zone touchback.
There was a defender that went all the way down to the goal line like you're supposed to. He just was not able to bat it out, keep it in the field.
It looked to me like that second bounce that it took, it accelerated in speed. You know, that oblong spheroid where the point of the ball sometimes hits at the right angle, it'll increase speed. That's what it kind of looked like to me. It looked like it got up on the coverage.
He kicked it Australian style. He dropped the nose down to try to get the backspin, which is what punters will do when they get down by the goal line. But didn't work out that time. The ball did shot forward.
And really, you know, we talked about them being originally on the 33-yard line before those back-to-back penalties for the Pirates. And that really now, based on that field position, winds up being a 13-yard net from where they were. So Parrish taking over at their own 20-yard line. 6:40 to go in the half. And they've got to get some points on the board and close this 14-point gap.
Being invaded by bugs up here.
Got him. Well, we can try that. And it is a beautiful night for football here Friday night in Manatee County. And across the Suncoast for that matter. No rain, no lightning, no delays.
At least around here, we don't know about other games, but
I'm not seeing
we got a
anything in
good
the
one here,
distance.
21-7 here. Let's see if Braden River can keep this interesting with 6 minutes left in the half.
Got another district matchup cross town, that 4S District 13 matchup between Lakewood and Rancho Palmetto. We'll check in on that at the halftime as well. In the meanwhile, back to Bulls action. Chemistry Young on the reception from Jackson Volts, and that's going to go nowhere. Flag down on the play as well.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Looks like they got lined up wrong. Somebody covered somebody up again, or maybe just a lineman ran downfield on that. But it didn't look like an RPO. It was a pass all the way. So usually when that happens on a straight pass, it's something with the formation. You know, only the end man on the line is eligible. So it doesn't matter if your number is eligible and you're lined up in the slot. If you're not the end man on the line of scrimmage, you're not eligible.
There you go once again. Ineligible man downfield, going to take it back 5 yards and put that ball at the 15-yard line. First down and 15 for the Bulls. 6:31 to go in the second quarter. Down 14.
So it looks like they're having some confusion about where to line up right now. Now they're set. Try to run it
right
inside.
up the middle.
Nothing going there with the Braden River defense.
Jermaine Edwards on the carry, far short of his 9.5 yards per carry he came into the game with. And that's going to bring up second down at about 14. Maybe a pickup of a yard on that play by Edwards.
I'm really impressed with both offenses tonight. You know, game plans to go against the other defense. Two teams very familiar with each other. A lot of coaches that, you know, worked with each other and have worked against each other, but have also worked with each other. They kind of have an idea of their tendencies.
Mosley in motion that time. Handoff again to Edwards, and he's going to get bobbled up by that Parrish defense. We've got maybe a fumble Parrish defender coming out of that massive humanity with the ball in their hand, but no signal by the referee. And we got one now. It's going to be third down.
Ryan Peters, number 5, coming off the corner there unblocked, and he didn't run upfield. He kind of closed in like you're supposed to, came down the line, made the tackle for a very short gain. It's a good play by Peters.
We're seeing that size advantage that Braden River has in the trenches on both sides of the ball. Now Parrish struggling to move this football. Now faced with a third down and long in their own territory. 3rd and 13. Big play. Mosley again in motion. Cuts it upfield. Volts is going to throw that ball. Got Mosley wide open with flags down. One man to beat, and Mosley's going to be brought down inside the 40-yard line. But let's check these flags. It does not look good.
It's illegal motion. It was the same play they hit Mosley on in the first drive, but I think the motion guy was going forward when the ball was snapped.
And a very well-educated crowd out here at Parrish High School. They didn't get too up over that big pass play to R.J. Mosley because they saw the flags as well.
Yeah, the flags flew right on the snap, you could tell, and from 2 different refs saw it. Flags came up at the same time, so it was a quick, decisive call, and that's, you know.
And that's illegal formation.
Yeah, illegal shift.
Start.
Illegal
Yes.
shift.
Illegal shift there. There we go.
Somebody was moving before the motion started and didn't get set for a full second. A lot of times you'll have a receiver that just steps up to the line of scrimmage while the other guy's in motion. That makes it an illegal shift.
And so back-to-back possessions, first with Braden River and a penalty killing their chances for a 4th down conversion, and now a penalty setting up the Bulls with 3rd down and long. And Volts is going to overthrow his intended receiver downfield, and that was Chemistry Young. And Parrish is going to have to punt this ball away. 4th down in a country mile.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to first down there anyway, but it'll give you a little more cushion, a little more room for the punt. It was about a 15-yard out and just overthrew it a little bit. He had him open, but I think he was under a little bit of pressure, couldn't come downhill on his rollout, and the ball sailed on him because he was kind of running off to the side. And now he's going to have to punt from out of his end zone.
And not much of a break for that Parrish defense, who has been out on that field for a long time. And we talked about that size mismatch against Braden River. They would have liked to have at least gotten 1 first down there and give those guys a little bit more of a break. Here we've got a decent punt, no coverage. And Edwards cannot field that ball, and it looks like Braden, but still loose. And Parrish is saying they've got it instead of the referees. First down, Parrish Community. Wow. And Joshua Edwards couldn't field it clearly. It looked like the up back had a chance.
Yeah, there was another Braden River guy right there who dove on the ball, and somehow it scored it out. Number 21 for Parrish gets the recovery.
That's Parker Vitterant, defensive back for the Bulls, coming out. And that's a great job by Vitterant when it looked like there was 2 Pirates down there, and they had every opportunity to get that ball back, but Vitterant able to slide in there and scoop it up for the Bulls, and they've got new life at the 39-yard line. And with 4:37 to go in the opening half, it's the break they needed to get back in this ball game.
Yeah, huge turnover. They're going to have the ball inside the 40 to start that drive. Braden River, if they hang on to the ball.
What a swing.
Big momentum swing on the offense is back out there and see if they can get some first downs here.
Field position swing. Jackson Volts on the pass.
Good tackle.
That is a nice job that time.
It's heaven again, I believe.
That ball caught by Mike Bell, but he's dropped immediately. And I didn't get the number of that truck, but it looks like Ryan Peters.
No, it's number
linebacker.
1.
Was it Isaac
It was
Heaven?
Isaac Heaven. And I'm going to say this right now. He'll play at the next level on defense. We didn't see him play defense earlier in the year. I'm very impressed with him. His closing speed, the way he came up and hit the receiver on the 2 plays he's done that on.
Let's not forget his big plays on offense as well.
Offsides on Braden River. Somebody lined up offsides.
How about a free 5 for the Bulls? So instead of 2nd down and 8,
2nd and 3.
We're going to get 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Ahead of the sticks and a lot more manageable as this clock stopped at 4:03 to go.
2nd and 4. It's a short 4.
Agreed.
Braden River's moving their linemen around. That's how they jumped off sides. Play action.
Volts is going over the middle. He's got a receiver again. Tomlinson on the reception for the Bulls, and he's deep now inside of Pirate territory, down to the 30, maybe the 32, and that's where they spot it. First down and 10.
That's the play I think he scored on earlier.
Right down the seam.
Another good throw. So a play action might have been an RPO. I don't know if he's reading somebody or just a called fake, but
handoff this time. Now it's Edwards, and Edwards on the carry.
Wow.
Check that. That's Turner, and Turner hits the outside after a nice pickup on first down.
What a collision out there. Number 3 for Braden River on defense. Ronan Dangler just destroyed 56 from Parrish, the puller. He wasn't able to make the play, so the Parrish offense is happy with it. But if you see that replay,
and the Dangler brothers, a long line of linebacking tradition at the River.
Yeah, that was taken on a blocker right there, or taken out a blocker.
2nd down and 1 to go for the Bulls. Turner in the backfield. Tomlinson sets down on the end next to Chemistry Young, and it's going to be Turner again on the carry right side. And Jerome Turner, nobody's going to get him. Touchdown, Parrish.
Yeah, we saw them do this against Bayshore where they shifted the H-back over to this side. The defense didn't adjust. They pulled the 2 guards out after he pins the defensive end, and there's nobody there. It's a good
Another
play.
look at that 24-yard touchdown run by number 10, Jerome Turner. And that's his 5th touchdown on the season. And that is a necessary score. If you're the Parrish Bulls, down 14 points in this game, closing the gap, extra point to come to get this thing within 7.
Good offsides on Braden River again. This second one on extra point they've done, I think. The Parrish kind of all shoots their hands down at one time, and you're allowed to do that if you do it every time. And Braden River keeps jumping on it, it looks like.
And now we've got Lane Tomlinson out there holding for his brother, Owen Tomlinson, on the extra point. That's a dribbler back to Tomlinson. Great job by Lane getting the
hold,
ball
yes.
down. And that extra point is up, and it's good with 2:56 left to go in the second quarter. We've got ourselves a 7-point ball game. One scored in this pivotal 3S District 13 matchup between Braden River and Parrish. This is the contest we were hoping for.
Yeah, great job by Tomlinson on the whole, the older Tomlinson. That ball was 2 bounces. I think it was 2 bounces back to him. I think it was 1 bounce.
Dribbler.
Real short. Yeah,
Yes.
dribbler was a good way to describe it. And he did a great job. He got good hands, got the ball up, got it on the tee, so his little brother could kick it through.
And boy, let's go back to that turnover. I mean, that made the difference in this ball game. A pivotal turning point where, as you said, Braden River would have had that ball inside the Parrish 40-yard line. As it was, it turns into a 60-yard drive for the Bulls, capped by that 24-yard touchdown run by Jerome Turner. And now we've got ourselves a tight ball game in this critical district matchup as the Bulls get set to kick this thing away.
And that was one of Coach Arcady's keys of the game, win the turnover battle for Parrish. And so far they're doing that. You got a little squib kick there.
That's going to be picked up. Is that?
I think it's 14.
14, it looks like, for the Pirates, Javon Moore. And Moore is going to get that thing out to about the 35-yard line. Let's see where they spot it, but it looks to be the 35. See another shot of that right there, and it looks like the ball is going to be right down at that yard stripe, 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Pirates.
Good field position, the 35 is great field position for Braden River. They're happy with that.
Plenty of time on the clock. 2:52 to go in the half.
But we've had Braden River, we've had them before over the last 2 years where they've had some trouble with clock management, moving the ball when they have to go fast. So it'll be interesting to see if they can execute that in this drive here and get down, at least get in the field goal range for Roos. Like I said, they do get the ball in the second half, so they can get a 2-for-1 here if they can get down and get a field goal and go up, 24-14, and then get the ball in the second half, they'd be in good shape.
That's why you defer that opportunity for back-to-back possessions, and we're going to see Despot look downfield. He's got a receiver, Isaac Heaven on the reception, inside Bulls territory across midfield, and they're going to spot that right at midfield. Nice throw on 1st down by Lucas Despot, and again, Isaac Heaven rising up.
We had him against Manatee earlier this year, and we all wondered why they didn't utilize him more. And it looks like we're seeing the Braden River is coming out party tonight for Isaac Heaven. He's just been all over the field on offense and defense. Looks great at receiver and DB.
And Isaac Heaven coming into this game with 186 yards, 10 receptions, 1 touchdown. And he's easily increasing that average yards per catch tonight. Despot got a man, it's Edwards. Joshua Edwards trying to make R.J. Mosley miss, and he's dragging Mosley down inside the 31-yard line and down to the 30. Despot to Edwards, 1st down, Pirates, and they are on the move.
Good tackle there. I used to coach secondary. We said in the secondary there was no bad tackles. So he got dragged for a few yards, but if the guy goes down and doesn't score, it's not a bad tackle. So that was Al Thomas at Western Maryland, defensive coordinator, used to say that all the time. There's no bad tackles in the secondary. He didn't care what it looked like. You got to get him down.
He was roping calf out there, but Despot again goes back to Edwards, and Joshua Edwards battling again. There's no giving up in him, and he's down to the 16-yard line. So another nice pickup on 1st down and another 1st down for the Braden River Pirates as they continue to march this ball. Look at him breaking those tackles.
Yeah, that time it was looked like Keene at number 2 that couldn't make the tackle there. Mosley was playing corner on that side. They ran a tight end up the seam to occupy the safety and took advantage of the soft corner again and hit the hitch out there.
And John Keene, a tackling machine from that strong safety spot. You wouldn't expect that. A very good tackling secondary. But again, now, we got a ball out, and that ball is there for the taking, and the Bulls fall on it. It's going to be Parrish football with 1:28 left to go in the second quarter. And there's one of Coach Arcady's keys rising up again, win the turnover battle.
Yeah, Frank Post told us before the game at Mulberry, they had chances to, they would take advantage of mistakes by the other team because they just kept making the other team snap the ball. And that's what they did. Those tackles on the sideline, R.J. Mosley's tackle over there, where it looked like he was going to miss the tackle, that ends up turning into a turnover because they got to sneak the ball 2 or 3 more times.
And it was hard to see the number, but it looked like the outside linebacker, Ben Biasini, number 32, who was on that fumble. And that's his second fumble recovery of the year if it was Biasini.
Well, they gave the big turnover belt to somebody, but I don't know who it went to. No, it's back. They give it back.
The ball's going to be spotted at the 24-yard line. Got a little bit of time in here to try to tie things up before the half. We've seen the big play element out of this passing game, but they're going to keep it on the ground. And that time, it's number 22, Jermaine Edwards, trying to hit the outside and get out of bounds, but he's not going to make it, and that clock continues to tick and roll.
Yeah,
So you
14.
thought that, with the passing attack that we've seen so far out of Jackson Bolts and his receivers, that they would take some shots downfield. They are in no hurry here.
Well, they just called timeout, so maybe they are. They just figured they had timeouts to use.
I missed that timeout. They let a few seconds tick away before they called that thing.
Yeah, they tried to maybe try to pop a run first. I don't know if it would be the worst thing in the world if you went in down by 7 if you're Parrish. I don't want to take any crazy risks. I'm down here in my own territory. Maybe the tight end screen again, or another run and see if you can pop it and get some room out on the field, and then you can really go hurry up if you do that.
I think you got to feel fortunate if you're Parrish where this score is right now. The last 2 possessions, 2 fumbles, and in your territory. So this score could have gotten out of hand easily without those turnovers.
Correct.
And as it is, the Bulls have got a golden chance to try to close this gap or even tie it up before the half here. And let's not forget again, the Pirates are going to get that ball to begin the 3rd quarter. Volts going to take off. He can be brought down. Outstanding job on defense that time.
Miles Holman.
And Miles Holman,
defensive end.
one of the leaders and captains on that defense.
Yeah,
we see Holman again.
Big boy. Every game we've done of him, he has a couple of plays like that where he jumps out. I can see him, a little more often doing that. But I think it's part of that is the design of their defense when they're running that 3-4 defense, and he's in a 4-eye, and it's more designed for him to occupy blockers than it is to come off the edge and make plays. But when he gets a chance to pass rush like that in that situation, he's always looked good.
And Holman came into the game tied with the team lead with Omari Evans with a couple of sacks apiece. So that sack right there is going to move him into the team lead, as well as the team leader with tackles for a loss on the year. So Miles Holman, big number 99, used to living in that backfield, and he's at it again.
He's only a sophomore too, Holman.
He started as a freshman last year for this Pirate defense.
Yeah. He's got a lot of upside.
So with 1:03 left to go in the opening half, you'd expect now with this down in distance for the Bulls maybe to keep it on the ground, but they're going to throw it. And Volts is going to just pelt it into the back of an offensive lineman.
Which, I mean, if it hit the lineman, it should be illegal touching, but either way, it's going to be 4th down. They're going to punt it.
I'm not sure I really am a fan of that play call right there. I mean, it at least forced Braden River to use it last time out.
Yeah. I think they were trying to run a screen, and it was detected, so he just threw it down to get rid of the ball and avoid turnover there.
Well, one of the reasons you throw a screen is the high percentage completion there. You want to keep that clock going to the extent you can. I didn't even see a receiver in the middle of the field. As it is, the return man for the River, Edwards, is set up shop right around the 45-yard line. Decent punt by Tollinson. And Edwards again lets it get out of his hand, and again, the Bulls are going to jump on that ball. And Joshua Edwards on back-to-back punt returns gives it up.
Yeah, he tried to catch the ball over his head on a punt, which I don't know if I've ever seen.
Rod Woodson used to do that.
Not good.
Another look at it right
21
there.
21 recovers it. I believe the same guy, right?
That is. You are right, Coach. That's Parker Vitterin again on the recovery.
2 fumble recoveries in one game, one half.
We had some Vitterits back in the day at Manatee High School. I wonder if it's a relation. Jason Vitterin. Any way you slice it, it's going to be the Bulls' ball again. The recipient of 3 straight turnovers. And they've got the ball set up shop at the River 42-yard line. 1st down and 10 with 47 seconds. So it's a good thing they didn't take that timeout, or complete that pass, I should say.
Save some time for themselves. When
Indeed. Fortuitous. Volts looking downfield. He's got Tomlinson. And Lane Tomlinson breaks a tackle. Tomlinson out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Big play on first down. 39.5 seconds left to go in the half. Another shot at
Braden River sitting back in prevent there, just kind of giving that pass up and worried about getting beat over the top, so they just played back, and Vols did a good job of taking what the defense was giving them, taking the out and getting down into probably close to field goal range.
Ball on the 22. Mosley in motion. Check that, Edwards in motion. And that's going to be chemistry Young. And Young driven out of bounds by a host of Pirate defenders shy of the 20-yard line.
For some reason, the clock kept running. It should have stopped probably. It should be about 35 seconds, but
31 ticks on it right now as it stands. Second down and 7 yards to go. Ball at the 22-yard line.
I don't know. They might be changing. They might be putting time back on the clock here. I see the ref is talking. The white hat is talking to the side judge. I saw Chemistry Young step out of bounds by at least a yard, and then I turned to the TV screen or monitor and saw 2 or 3 seconds run off. So they should have 2 or 3 more seconds, but it looks like they're not going to get them.
Second down and 10. Volts swing back out of the backfield. Edwards, and Edwards is going to get out of bounds. And again, minimal pickup on that play, maybe 2 yards. That's going to bring up third down and 8. And we've got 25 seconds left to go in the quarter. Couldn't tell, but that looked like it was number 3, Ronan Dangler on the tackle.
It's more of a hit than a tackle, but I think
that's what he does.
That's what he does, yes.
44 hits on the year, 6.5 behind the line of scrimmage. And Volt's going to throw that ball over the middle. Dangerous throw. Defensive backs everywhere trying to get that ball to Lane Tomlinson. Incomplete. And we've got 21 seconds left in a fourth down now, so you've got to expect Owen Tomlinson to come on the field here. But he's still got his quarterback out there with his hands on his hips.
I think they're going to go for it. That's the first really ill-advised throw I think I've seen Vols make tonight, where it looked like he kind of predetermined that he was going to try to stick it in there to the big tight end Tomlinson, and he threw it into like quadruple coverage. It could have been picked off.
Fourth down and a long 8. Volts over the middle. He's got his man, and it's dropped. Jermaine Edwards had his mitts on that ball. Would have been a first down.
No, I think it was Mosley. It was Mosley.
Was that 82? I thought it was 22.
It was 82.
So R.J. Mosley, another chance at a big play.
He took a shot. Look at the shot Vols takes here after he gets rid of the ball right in the chest. Good clean hit, but boy, people don't realize, watch a high school football game and everybody turns away when the ball's thrown, and you don't realize the beating that quarterbacks take sometime and what it takes to get back in there and do it again and again.
A risky call there, though, Coach. You've got a fourth down and almost 9 yards to go. Now, granted, they had the play call. It was there. It was dropped. So it had to turn out. Everybody's a hero and a great coach when those plays work out. But that was a chance at 3 points.
They've got to know that 37 yards is out of his range.
They know their kicker.
Yeah, they know their kicker a lot better than we do. And you know, we watch games on TV on Saturdays and Sundays, and you get used to the 20 meaning something. But in high school, that's far from automatic when you're on the 20-yard line for some teams.
And Lucas Despot's going to just go ahead and take a knee to run this half out. And your score from Parrish Community High School, it's the Braden River Pirates 21 and the Parrish Bulls 14 as we finish off this first half. An exciting first half, a lot of back and forth action, especially in that first quarter. And now we've got ourselves a 7-point ball game in this critical 3S District 13 matchup between crosstown rivals. So that'll do it for the opening half. We're going to go ahead and leave you here. We'll take a break and bring it back for the sights and the sounds of the Braden River and Parrish bands. And we'll be back for the third quarter in just a bit.
I'll come down like 10 minutes before it ends and then let y'all set up.
Manatee Technical College meets the area's urgent need for healthcare professionals. Start your career as a practical nurse, dental assistant, or pharmacy technician. With day and night classes, affordable tuition, and financial aid available, MTC offers training for careers in 10 of the 20 fastest growing industries in Manatee County. And with a 90% job placement rate and training from MTC, you can have your new career in just 1 year. Apply at manateetech.edu today.
Please welcome the Parrish to the field. The Parrish will be performing parts 1, 2, and 3 of their fall competition show, Beautifully Broken. Part 1 is Venus, Part 2, Beautifully Broken, and Part 3, Beautiful. The band is under the direction of Kendall Carrier and is played on the field by drums major Curtis Reynolds and Andrea Aguero.
Did they take the water? Did they take the water? Or is it the water right there?
Check. Drum majors, is your band ready?
tell me there was like no time.
That's mine. I got it.
Yeah. You got any tape? Right? Yeah. Can I grab a drink, ladies? Is that okay? Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I can pull that out.
That's why I don't do that, because I would do the same way.
Do it this way.
There's a reason I do it this way. Because the first time it happened. Don't drink this one. What? Don't drink this one. What's that one? It's cleaner than not. What's that?
Hey, isn't that still a hot mic? Isn't that still a hot mic?
No. Oh, maybe. Woo! I don't know.
No, they would have heard it.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's for the...
It might be for the TV though. That would make most sense.
Can you spat it? Do you have two?
I can spat it, yeah.
Okay, we're back here getting ready for the second half. Your score from Parrish Community High School, it's the Bulls 14 and the Braden River High School Pirates 21. A 7-point lead for the Pirates in this critical 3S District 13 matchup. And Coach, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, but those 3 turnovers at the end of the second quarter, that's the most critical turning point of this ball game that's kept it within a 1-score game.
Yeah, Braden River had a chance to really open the game up and put it out of reach there late in the second quarter. And the fumbles, 2 fumbles on punt return, one at their own 40, one at the Parrish 40, and then the fumble inside the 20 when they were going in for a score really kept the Parrish in the game now. Parrish will get the kickoff to Braden River to start the second half, though. And Braden River will get a chance to put a score on the board maybe and make a statement right off the bat in the first drive of the second half.
And if we look at these stats from the first half, you'll see that edge that we've been talking about for Braden River. 273 yards in the first half. Big first half for that offense versus 136 for Parrish. And for the River, they had 163 passing yards and 111 rushing yards. So getting it done both on the ground and in the air. Big passing plays for really both sides. But you look over at Parrish Community, only 52 yards rushing, about half as many as the Pirates, and 84 yards passing, again,
about half.
So we're looking at basically the difference again in this ball game. Those 3 turnovers at the end of the second quarter, 2 punt returns by Joshua Edwards. We got to wonder if we're going to see Edwards out there on punt returns, even though he is their primary punt returner this year. But man, putting it on the grass, 2 punt returns in a row, we may just see a change there. And if it wasn't for those turnovers, that score certainly would not be within 2 or within 1 score. It might be within 2. And again, Parrish had that ball last, really got that ball in the end zone, but Braden River is going to get it to begin this half. They won the toss, they deferred, and they're going to get that ball first coming into the third quarter with that 7-point lead. You can see the Parrish Bulls out there warming up, getting ready for this second half. And we looked at the Coach Arcady keys. I ran into Coach Arcady at halftime. He just promised that we shouldn't make fun of him or anything like that for his keys. But I was like, hey, look, man, they're spot on tonight.
Yeah.
We talked about the turnovers and that Parrish Community's got to win that turnover battle. And right now they're winning it 3-0.
And that's keeping them in the game.
Absolutely. There you see those keys that we talked about. Win the turnover battle.
They have not been able to establish a run game, though, Parrish, and that's the difference between being in the game and and leading the game.
Absolutely, and keeping that Braden River offense off the field. So if they're going to do some damage in this game in the second half, if they're going to have a chance of pulling it off, you really got to think that first key to victory that Coach Arcady threw at us is going to be key. Not just get big plays out there. They've got to keep the other team off the field, the other team's offense. But I like that second one. Play with incredible passion and intensity. We saw that. They may be undersized compared to Braden River, but they're out there balling. So there's a lot of enthusiasm on that sideline, as you guys just saw. And if we look at the Braden River Pirates, their offense out there again, 273 yards. It was a 264, whatever it was in the first half.
273.
273. I had that right the first time. 273 yards. They're on pace for well over 500 yards tonight. So big plays again in the passing game for Braden River. Big plays in the passing game for Parrish. You had that 69-yard touchdown to Lane Tomlins from Jackson Volts in the first quarter. But that was undone and outgained by the 75-yard touchdown from Lucas Despot to Isaac Heaven in the second quarter. Or excuse me, I think that was also in the first quarter to bring them up to a 14-7 lead. So big plays on both sides of the ball, but it's been really that Braden River running game getting it going. Here we go, Parrish. And it's Marcus Galloway from the Braden River Pirates, and nobody's going to get him.
Back to the house.
And wow, just like that, opening kickoff in the second half, and number 4, Marcus Galloway to the house.
Another key Coach Arcady said for Braden River was to win the kicking game. And they were winning it, then they fumbled 2 punts, and then now that tilts it back in their favor again. That's got to be tough on Parrish. They try to squib kick, which is what the coaches do when they don't want to give up a return. And they end up giving up an 80 or 75-yard kickoff return.
Backbreaker. You know,
Yeah.
one-score ball game, critical district matchup right here. And Parrish, they had to feel good about themselves going into halftime, only down 7 points, and right off the bat, back up to 14, or at least 13 with the extra point to come.
And we've seen some pressure coming from the left side of the Braden River offensive line, the left A gap. We'll see if they still get any pressure on this one. Parrish is coming hard after the extra points and putting some pressure on Roos's kicks.
And we've got a little bit of a delay out there. Again, these extra points have been anything but routine.
Well, you kick with a different ball for, you know, the kickoff. The kicking team chooses the ball, and then when the return team gets it, their ball comes in. So I think they had the wrong ball on the field. They had to get the Braden River offensive ball on the field for them to kick their extra point. Good snap. Pressure again.
And a good hold and a good kick by Bruno Roos, and it's going to be now a 14-point ball game with only a couple of minutes, excuse me, a couple of seconds burned off the clock at 11:46 to go. So we're looking at 14 seconds gone into the third quarter, and that lead's doubled now for the Pirates, 28-14.
Yeah, if not for those turnovers going in at the end of the second quarter, we may be looking at a running clock situation here with that kickoff return.
Exactly. We would be looking at maybe a score just like this without those turnovers as well. It was about a 2-score game. So, you know, the Bulls have got some work cut out for them. Again, they flashed big play capability in the first half with their passing game, and Jackson Volts, not a lot on the ground, though. Only 52 yards in the first half for the Bulls on the ground. They did most of their damage in the air, and they're going to need some big plays regardless of how they do it now. You know, we talked about running the ball, taking the air out, keeping the Pirate offense on the sideline. Well, we forgot about Marcus Galloway and the special teams and the kick return. 14 seconds. Bruno Roos gets set to kick this thing off. R.J. Mosley. And it does look like Jermaine Edwards back deep this time for the Bulls. That is going to be a little shy of the goal line. Nope.
It's in by about 2 yards. It runs through the back.
Looked like there was a chance for a return, but none to come, and that ball's going to be spotted out at the 20-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bulls. Down 14.
All right, down 2 scores. It's not out of hand right now. Parrish has just got to stay composed and don't panic. Go out and play their game. They do need to try to establish a run, if for nothing else, but to get their defense a rest. Their defense has been on the field a lot tonight.
And you wouldn't think that they need a rest coming out of half, but nonetheless, your point's very valid. That size disadvantage that we talked about for the Bulls in the trenches. So they need a long drive here because that disadvantage in size is on both sides of the ball. So let's see if they can sustain any type of running game against that overmatched line, and not much there on first down. Edwards on the carry, maybe a pickup of a couple off that left side, maybe one.
Ryan Peters making the tackle, number 5. That was a good play. I think it was 5, yeah.
Senior linebacker for the Pirates.
Number 20 came up, and Shelley, he came up and set the edge and turned the play in, and then Peters ran it down from the inside.
Second down and 9. Fake the handoff to Edwards. Volts has got his receiver, and that's number 4, Mike Bell. And Bell's going to have a first down. He's still on his feet.
Nah, he was down on both knees back here.
That's what I thought. Looked down and looked back up, and he was still running, but Mike Bell's going to have that first down inside the 40. As you can see, Bell going down to both knees, as you said, Coach, right there.
That was a good little RPO. We ran a slant behind it. Good throw by Vols. Good catch by Bell. We got a first down.
Ball on the 38-yard line. First down and 10. Volts again to throw. Bell again on the catch. And Bell's going to be driven out of bounds, shy of midfield, somewhere around the 49. Actually, you're going to spot him across midfield at the Braden River 48-yard line. Hard to see where that out-of-bounds line is along in front of that Parrish bench. But good pickup and another first down for the Bulls. So they are on the move after giving up that opening kickoff for a touchdown. Parrish looking to get back on the board and trim this thing back down to a single score. And Volts is going to take off with his ball. And he hops over one defender out of bounds. Minimal pickup on the play, maybe a yard.
Yeah, he might have had a yard. I think he came back trying to avoid that last guy and probably will get marked right around the line of scrimmage. No gain, I would say. Might have lost a half a yard.
Yeah, that'd be a sack then if that's the case.
I think it was a designed run. I think it was a quarterback draw. I don't know if it was a pass play. I think he was just trying to sell the pass play and then was going to run a quarterback draw, but Braden River was there.
The ball at the 29-yard line. Indeed, about a half a yard loss in the play. Volts fires it out to the flats, and that ball is caught, and that's Brandon Tricano. And another big pickup right there, and another conversion for the Bulls, and they are on the move. Tricano with a critical touchdown and 2-point conversion last week in that tight game against Mulberry, getting it done here.
Nice catch. The ball was thrown a little high. It was not an easy catch. He had to go up and catch it at the high point. He got a good block from number 4, Bell, and from Tomlinson, and got a good play out of it.
And Jackson again looking deep. He's got a receiver breaking open. That ball to the outside corner. Chemistry Young, touchdown Parrish. What a throw, what an adjustment.
Great catch.
What a great job adjusting on that ball to the outside by Chemistry Young. Over the shoulder basket grab. And boy, oh boy, did Parrish need that to get back on the board and close that gap. 28-20 with the extra point to come.
Yeah, good throw, good catch. He threw it on the outside shoulder. Chemistry was looking inside, made a great adjustment like you said, and made the catch in the end zone. Looks like he's limping a little there. I don't know if it's a cramp. Young, as he comes to the sideline, it looks like he's cramping up.
We talked about him as being a potential matchup nightmare for this Braden River defense, and there it was as that extra point by Owen Tomlinson is up, and it's good. And we've got ourselves another one-score ball game with 10:02 left to go in the third quarter. We had lightning strikes in the first quarter, Coach. We've got lightning strikes here in the second. Not the kind that's going to delay our game, but keep this thing moving. And just like that, Parrish able to respond to that opening kickoff return for a touchdown.
That's tremendous bounce back ability there for Parrish. A lot of teams would have quit after that second half kickoff gets taken back to the house. We're up by two scores. You can see Coach Clark has got this team believing in themselves though, and they're going to fight to the finish regardless of the score. So there's no quit in this team.
No, and we talked about their enthusiasm. We talked about their passion, their intensity, and those were one of the keys that Coach Arcady tossed out at us, and they've been demonstrating that all night long, no matter what the deficit has been. And you got to think that kind of energy is what keeps a team in a ball game and allows them to come back. There was no quit, as we said. And again, there's a long way to go in this ball game with only 10:02 left to go, or with 10:02 left to go in the third quarter.
See if they kick the ball away from number 4 this time. Maybe try the other side. Now he tries to
Edwards
again.
And Heaven, and it's going to be Heaven, or is that 4? That's Galloway.
That's Galloway.
And Galloway. And so Galloway with a minimal return at that time. That the squibber kind of does what you hoped it would do.
Yeah, you get him inside the 30. You got the ball at the 28. That's better than kicking it out of bounds.
Better than giving up a touchdown too, right?
Yep. Yeah, that too. And that one really a squib. He kind of popped it over the front line and gave their coverage guys a little time to get down there. The first one to start the half was a ground ball that got through, and ball got back to the returner before they had time to get coverage guys down there.
And that ball's going to be spotted at the 27-yard line. First down and 10 for the Pirates as they break the huddle on the sideline and get ready for their first drive of the second half. Again, their opening kickoff for the second half was returned by a touchdown by Marcus Galloway. And he's out there in the backfield right now behind Lucas Despot. Despot calls for the snap, fires it out to Edwards. Edwards hauls that ball in, and Edwards makes a man miss, and Edwards still on his feet. Nice little run after the catch out to the 35 or near the 35. Another look at that.
Yeah, a little wide receiver screen out to Edwards and get some good blocks out there and gets a good 6-yard gain, 7-yard gain out of that.
Good job keeping his legs churning after that first contact.
Both offensive coordinators and both quarterbacks doing a good job tonight of taking what the defense is giving them and just being patient and getting the ball out to the receivers when they have soft coverage.
Second down and a long 3, short 4. Galloway handoff right side, and Galloway is going to be met that time by a couple of Bull defenders and dropped for no gain on the play, maybe a yard.
It's like 31 in there for Parrish.
And
making
11.
the tackle. Was 11?
I think it was both.
11 and 31.
That's Holton Graham. An outside linebacker playing with a dinged up arm. And the cheerleaders getting in on the action right now for Braden River. Third down and a long, those Parrish cheerleaders, excuse me.
Big play here, 3rd and 1. 3rd and long 1.
That's that Galloway with that inside handoff, and he's got more than enough for the first down, so the Pirates keep this drive alive. And that was Edwards on the carry that time, actually, number 17 for the Pirates. 1st and 10.
That time, the Braden River offensive line just dominating the Parrish front on that 3rd and 1. So they go for about 5 yards on it.
And we've talked about that size mismatch in the trenches, and it was on full display right there. Heaven and Schaefer to the bottom of your screen. And Edwards to the top. Or is that Edwards in the backfield? No, that's Galloway.
Keep it with you, don't touch it. Don't put your mouth on it.
And Galloway's out to the 45-yard line.
Number 14 with the tackle there. That's Ashton Springfield coming in from the outside down low to make the tackle after a 3-yard gain. It's like Braden River almost appears like they're intentionally working the clock a little with the lead. And
well, this is getting back to what we saw on their first drive. Very methodical, mixing in a lot of plays on the ground, short passes. And you're right, Coach, maybe it's intentional by Coach offensive coordinator Eric Sanders. 2nd down and 7. And Despot's going to throw. He's got a man, Heaven, but that ball's behind him. And Isaac Heaven can't reel it in. Good coverage on the play as well. R.J. Mosley back there as well as
17, I think that was. Joshua, that was 17 on that. Ball was a little behind him. There was a little contact down there. He was pleading his case. He was being held. There was a little contact, but I think it was incidental. I wouldn't call that.
Eloy Serrata also back there in the coverage for the Bulls.
I think if he throws that ball on the inside, that might have been a big play. He's got 3rd and 8 now.
Empty set for Despot on 3rd down and long. And he's looking to the bottom of the screen, and he's got Galloway. Galloway tried to make a man miss and does. And Galloway fires away for the first down across the 45 and down to the 44. Nice move by Galloway to get those extra yards.
See a little friendly fire here. Number 12 taking a shot from his teammate, comes over the pile, boom, right into his knee. Rolls him up. You got to be careful around those piles when guys go down. Get out of there. Keep your feet moving. Someone's going to come flying in, roll up on you.
All at the 44-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Pirates. And again, methodically moving this ball down the field. Galloway in the backfield behind Despot. Hand off to Galloway. Galloway's going to be met in the hole that time. Outstanding job by Jack Menser, the sophomore linebacker.
Jack Menser, 42, shooting through the A-gap there, wide, untouched. Made a good play.
And that's the tackling that we thought we might be able to see from the Parrish linebackers tonight. But it's been that offensive line able to control that defensive line and not allow a lot of gaps for those linebackers to shoot.
Yeah, and giving the backs time from Braden River to make a move, make a guy miss. He had no time on that handoff. He was right there. He almost beat him to the ball on the handoff.
And really a lot of the yards that we're seeing out of that Braden River ground game, they might start offside, but they're going inside. They're not hitting the edge in a lot of these plays where those linebackers like to roam as well.
Yeah, we have a few plays that bounced outside earlier in the first half. Maybe we go empty again.
2nd and 11. Pass is going to be scooped up by Edwards, but a short gain on the play that time. Eloy Serrata again on the tackle for the Bulls. Take another look at this. There you see that low ball.
Nice
great
catch.
job, yeah, even though it's only a couple of yards. Great job by Edwards to scoop that thing up.
Yeah, that ball was down low. He got his hands under the ball and caught it. And still got maybe another half yard after he caught it. So manageable 3rd and 8 now instead of 3rd and 13 or whatever. It was 2nd and 13. So.
And we're getting into that no man's land again. You get inside that 40-yard line, and it becomes awful tempting not to punt it away and to go for it on 4th down. And right now we're looking at a 3rd down and a long 8 to go just outside the 40.
Yeah, right now, Coach Sanders has probably talked to Coach Bradley already, and he knows whether or not he has 2 plays to get this or 1, and that'll affect your play calling. If you know you're going to have to punt it here, you're going to have to throw a route to get you to 8 yards. Probably not going to run the ball. If you're thinking you have 2 plays, you can try to catch him.
A little draw play.
Sleep him on a draw or a run play, and or maybe another wide receiver screen, knowing you have another shot after that.
Looks like Cody Kotchak, that big body in the backfield behind Despot. I can't see if it's 87 or not. But that body type looks like Kotchak.
He just sent 7 off Schaefer for Braden River for his knees being exposed, it looks like.
And in comes number 11, Landon Green.
When that happens and your big 3rd down play and one of your top receivers is on the bench.
We haven't seen Kotchak lined up in the backfield tonight, so this is going to be interesting to see what Coach Sanders has got dialed up here.
We have seen him in short yardage at Manatee run the ball out of the backfield, but I haven't seen him. He's in there for protection right now.
And Despot's going to look downfield. Got a receiver, but it's out of bounds. Had a man, Edwards, along the sideline, but that pass a little off target, thrown out of bounds, and it's going to bring up 4th down and long. And with that, you see Bruno Roos coming on to punt this ball away.
I think Despot thought the receiver was going to come back, like run a comeback route, and the receiver kept running, and that's why the ball looked like it was a little thrown off it.
4th down and a long 9 short 8.
It's also another good place for a fake here. Anytime you get across midfield and someone's punting, that's a safe defense.
R.J. Mosley taking his time there to get that punt off. Bruno Roos was, and Mosley's going to get away from that ball. Better get a nice job by Roos. And that ball trickles out of bounds between the 2 and the 3 yard line. And Mosley was like, do I pick it up? Do I pick it up? Get away. Smart play.
And marked it to 4. That's the bounce he was trying to get in the first half when he dropped that ball nose down. It was a great kick by Roos there. Get that back span or side span.
And it looks like they're going to maybe mark that at the 4. Regardless, a great punt by the sophomore kicker / punter Bruno Roos. And then Parrish, good job. We talked again about that defense, bending but not breaking. And they were able to hold up right there and force that punt from Braden River. But the downside is they got the ball at their own 4. Turner in the backfield alongside Volts. And Volts is going to throw it. And he's got his man out there, number 4, once again. And so Mike Bell, active tonight, only 5 receptions again on the year coming into this ball game. That's his 5th one tonight.
I was going to say he's got a bunch tonight. They're just continually playing off of him down here and into the boundary with no overhang, and Volts is just taking it. That's what you call that the gift.
And you need that gift backed up on your own 4 yard line.
It's there again if he wants it.
And on 1st down, Volts is going to pass that ball. Edwards out of the backfield. Edwards hitting the edge, and Jermaine Edwards with a nice pickup on 1st down. And he stays in bounds. That clock continues to roll. Pickup of maybe 5 yards. You can see him right there getting dragged out, stepping out of that tackle.
Keep spinning, keeping the legs going. Good
job. Hard to tell where that foot went out of bounds along the sideline from that angle. But again, another great shot by our student camera operators.
You got a Braden River player down. Can't get the number over there. Just off the sideline. The referees are going to hold play because he's close to the field.
Yeah, and we'll take that opportunity with that injury on the field. Again, we talked about the great replays and the camera work tonight. The Parrish Community High School TV production classroom. Teacher Erin Lish has got 5 of her kids out here, or 4 of them anyway tonight. Chase LaGrady, William Porter, Gavin St. Clair, and Eli Donnell. We want to thank those guys out there for the great camera shots. They are, again, students in our TV production class. And the high school football game of the week and volleyball game of the week. It's a great partnership between Manatee Schools Television and the professionals in that department with our students that are working in the TV production classes in the schools that are involved in the games that are being broadcast. So it's a great partnership. We love that within the school board. Giving an opportunity for some hands-on, real-time experience for these kids that are looking to get into that industry, whether it's sports broadcasting or whether it's just any type of audio and visual production to begin with. So a great job again tonight from those kids and from Miss Lish. They're out here tonight getting it done.
So we have some team doctor from Parrish going out to look at the Braden River player, but as he gets up.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. I saw it looked like the trainer was moving his left arm around. Maybe it's a left shoulder or something like that. They seem to be looking at his left arm or his left shoulder right now. They've got him standing. And that left arm seems to be hanging a little.
Hard to tell who that is from here. It's a single-digit number. It looked like 2, but that's Bruno Roos, the kicker, so I don't think that was him. I don't really want to guess with an injured player, with anybody watching, who that might be or not. But what we do have for certain is a 2nd down and 5 play for the Parrish Bulls. Again, nice pickup on 1st down by Edwards.
Well, he helped himself. He walked over to the bench, so that's good to see. Maybe it's just a stinger and he'll feel better in a couple of plays.
Let's see what Matt Myers has got cooked up here. Jermaine Edwards on the toss, and Jermaine Edwards to the outside. 1st down for Parrish. And they get that ball now out across the 30-yard line. 2nd consecutive 1st down after being bottled up at their own 4.
Storm Hens coming across the field to make the tackle there. A good tackle on the sideline.
And Hens, he's a new starter since the last time we saw Braden River out there.
Sophomore.
Against Manatee.
Yeah, he's been very active tonight.
Volt's going to throw this ball. Looking to the outside, it's got his receiver, number 17, Chemistry Young. And that's going to be another nice pickup on 1st down, about 6 or 7 yards. Let's see where they spot this. Actually, going to be shorter than I thought. Going to be about 4.
He had to come back for the ball a little bit. I think he was working back towards the line of scrimmage when he caught it. His momentum was coming back. He got knocked out of bounds, so it's about a gain of 4.
2nd down now at 6 for the Bulls.
5 according to the fancy change. Yeah, it looks like 5. 2nd and 5.
You're right. That makes me feel better about my guesstimation on that down and distance. And Volt is going to keep this ball off to the left side. He's swarmed on by a pack of Pirates, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss on the play. That's a sack that goes to the defense that time.
A design quarterback run. They were trying to run a quarterback counter, fake to the right. He was going to run it back to the left. Braden River was ready for it.
And that gets
3rd and
Parrish
6.
into a longer situation for the conversion on 3rd down. 3rd down in about 7, a long 6 to go here.
Braden River showing blitz here. They got linebackers walked up, and they're coming. They dropped out of it.
Good protection. Nice throw and catch. And that time the ball is hauled in. Tricano on the reception.
Nice
going up and climbing the ladder to grab that ball. A little high, but watch that replay. Good job by Brandon Tricano.
And he knew he was going to take a shot from 14.
And he bounced right
Javon
off.
Moore, and he hung onto the ball. There's no short arms there. That's a good play by the receiver. That's twice we've seen him go up and catch balls up over his head.
One of the more clutch plays that we've seen tonight, given the down, given the distance, and given the score.
Yeah, that was a big-time play right there to get the 1st down. Good throw, a little high, great catch.
1st down, Volts. Nice pickup on the protection, and that ball is going to be overthrown. Intended downfield for Mike Bell.
Well, it looked like a little confusion there as to what route he was running. I think Volts thought he was going to run a vertical down the sideline. Bell started to break in.
2:41, the clock stops now. Left to go in the 3rd quarter. Ball on the 46-yard line for Parrish. And remember, this drive started at their own 4-yard line. And Volts, no pressure, got a receiver, and it's Lane Tomlinson, and Tomlinson's got enough for another 1st down inside of Braden River territory, down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Nice catch by Tomlinson, ball's out in front.
Another look at it.
Very well thrown ball by Volts, good read, good throw.
And Storm Hens again on the tackle downfield that time, but not before that critical 1st down. And the Bulls keep this drive alive.
Little flood route, they stretch the defense with Chemistry Young, and then through to the tight end underneath it.
Volts flushed,
under
throws,
pressure.
and nobody home.
Might get grounding there. I don't know if there's any receiver over there.
There was a receiver downfield, and it looked like he didn't move with the quarterback as the quarterback was being flushed out.
Sometimes they talk about that, and I see the white hat standing there. He's not going to call it. Sometimes they'll ask the other refs if there was another receiver, if there was a receiver in the area. I didn't see anybody over there.
Not near the ball.
No.
Had
The
the
only
rec-
receiver was there broke in, and he threw the ball to the outside. So he could say he was confused, but yeah, I think it was a smart play by the quarterback just to get rid of it rather than take a sack there.
Volts calls for that ball. It's going to be a handoff. Edwards up the middle, and Edwards is going to be driven back.
Good tackle.
Nice job of the defense that time. Number 22, Hence we
again.
just talked about him a couple of times, getting involved, that sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, he just stepped up in the hole there and met him, squared him up, and drove him backwards. That was a good play by Hens.
3rd down now for the Bulls already again.
3rd and 7.
That's what it pretty much looks like to me. Turner late getting on the field, sets up shop next to Volts. Volts trying to get that defense to jump with a hard count. Turner switches sides, sidecar to the right. In for protection, nice throw, and it's off the hands that time. Clanks off of the mitts of Chemistry Young, and that ball's incomplete, and Young still on the ground. Another look at this play.
Yeah,
Again, a high ball.
Another high ball, and he took a shot there. And clean play, but when you're playing receiver and the ball's thrown high, you know you're going to get hit. That's a bad feeling when you see the ball coming at you up high, and you know you got to expose yourself and
spot that ball at the 37-yard line. 4th down and a long 8 to go, and that Bulls offense stays on the field.
I see the quick kick here.
I was just thinking the same thing.
There it is.
Okay, there we go. Another nice execution.
There's nobody
that time.
back there as long as he gets it to bounce the right way. Don't stop it.
Yeah, Mike Bell should have let that thing go.
Could have rolled that thing down to the 1. It was going that way. Gotta let it go.
But hey, a good drive. You start that drive on your own 4-yard line. You're thinking to yourself, if you're Braden River, if we just get a stop right here and hold the 3,
field, yeah.
And that's exactly what the Parrish Bulls were able to just do, flip that field. And now it's the Pirates that are going to begin deep inside their own territory, just outside the 10-yard line at the 11.
Yeah, you flipped the field and you gave your defense a rest, and now they're coming out, and there's only 13 minutes left in the game. So, minute 18 in this quarter, 12 in the 4th.
Here you see the defensive coordinator, Frank Post, and Dylan Clark, the head coach. And again, we talked about the great job that Coach Clark has done coming in here in his first year with the Parrish Bulls. And they are in this game, not just tonight. They're in first place in that District 13. And again, on 1st down, a decent pickup that time. It looked like Joshua Edwards on the carry. Let's see if I can get a number.
Seems like everything Coach Clark has done since he's been here has been with a purpose, and I just think he's done a tremendous job. It was a great hire by Athletic Director Sean Trent to bring in Dylan Clark. And
I like the guy, period. Not just his coaching job. He's a great guy.
It's about the kids for him. He doesn't like to talk about himself. He wants to talk about the kids.
He wouldn't let us talk about him.
Right.
And that's a great job that time on 1st down. Lucas Despo getting that ball out. And that's going to be another Braden River 1st down. They get off their own 11-yard line, 1st down.
And he's trying to build a staff of coaches with experience and guys that he lets his coaches coach. He's taking input from a lot of different people. Done a really good job. I like his philosophy in coaching. And some of the coaches he's brought in, and he's done it and given responsibilities to. I think he knows how to build a program.
And there's that Braden River offense heading to the sideline right now. You saw the coaches for Parrish, and that's going to do it for 3 quarters. Your score from Parrish Community High School. It's the Braden River Pirates 28 and the Parrish Community Bulls 21. We've got ourselves a barn burner and a great game, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter after these messages.
My name is Amber Serena. I'm an associate coding specialist at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. 3 years ago, my goal was to change my career and work from home so I could spend more time with my family. And MTC helped me meet that goal. The idea of going back to school can be a scary thought, but with MTC's Career in a Year, it really is a launch pad into a better life. Before the program even ended, I had my first job offer at a very respectable salary.
quarter. And your score from Parrish Community High School, 28-21 right now. The Bulls down to the Pirates in this critical 3S District 13 matchup. And as we see on first down, Marcus Galloway with the carry, and he's going to be stopped.
Yeah, Springfield with the stop there, number 14 for Parrish. That's
and that's Ashton Springfield, not to be confused with his brother Dustin Springfield, number 5 on the other side of the line.
We got a score update. Lakewood Ranch Palmetto 14-14 we're hearing. We don't have verification on that, but that's what we're hearing from it.
That's a score I probably wouldn't expect. And you know, when you talk about district games, that is a huge district matchup in 4S District 13 between Palmetto and Lakewood Ranch, all knotted up at 14. Here we've got ourselves a one-score game as Despot is going to throw this ball on second down. Got a receiver.
Dropped.
And that ball's dropped on the sideline. Heaven, the intended receiver.
Good throw. Great protection. They play action and rolled him out, design rollout. And he's running right at his target, throws the ball right at his chest, and the receiver just looked away and dropped the ball. You let it get in on his pads. You got to catch that ball out in front of your body with your hands. And he let the ball get into his shoulder pads and popped out.
So here we go, third down and long to go for the Pirates. So a big opportunity right in here in front of that Parrish Bulls defense to get this ball back with a lot of time left to go in the fourth quarter. 11:06 to go in the ball game, down 7 points. And the Parrish crowd, now we got a flag down.
Sideline warning on Braden River. Looks like Coach Sanders was out of the box and he just jumped back in.
And that crowd started to get a little bit nuts here in the aluminum stands. Getting our cameras vibrating as well. Schaefer in motion, ball out and dropped again by Edwards. A lot of balls on the ground that have touched Joshua Edwards' hands this evening. And that's going to do it for that series for the Pirates. Fourth down.
And they were getting the ball to the receivers in space. They just weren't catching them. So part of that is you can't. It's not just getting the ball to them. They got to catch them.
Yeah, we've not seen that from Edwards. Usually a sure-handed receiver.
And Heaven as well. That's back-to-back plays. We see each of their top receivers drop a ball.
R.J. Mosley standing back at his own 44-yard line, set to receive this punt from Bruno Roos, who's got his feet right around the 7.
He'll get to kick this one, try to turn it over, not just hit a short kick this time.
And Mosley's going to back away from that kick as it goes down to the sideline on the far side, inside the 50. Let's see where the side judge marks this ball. And he's still walking. And he's still walking across midfield. Holy cow.
Wow.
That's a long walk. It winds up giving Parrish that ball back at the Braden River 45-yard line. First down and 10. That looked like a much better punt than what it wound up being. The net on that punt.
Yeah, only about 22, 23 yards, but we can't see where it went out of bounds. And the white hat stands behind the punter and watches the trajectory of the ball, and then the linesman comes up the line until the referee drops his hand, and that's where he spots the ball. So they're going to have it right on the 45 here with 10 minutes left.
And Parrish has moved the ball in this third quarter, in the second half now into the fourth quarter. And they've done a pretty good job on defense of slowing down that Braden River offense, which was explosive in the first half. They are scoreless in offense in this second half. Their only points coming off the opening half kickoff return. As we've got Jerome Turner, and Jerome Turner, check that, that's Edwards. And he's going to go all the way.
Touchdown. Great run. They got caught him in a blitz. Braden River was blitzing. There was no one there for the cutback when he cut it back and made a couple of guys miss. Great run.
And Jermaine Edwards, number 22, 45 yards to the house as we take another look at it. One play. Wow.
We're going to have a tie game here.
Owen Tomlinson on to attempt the extra point. Lane Tomlinson in there as his holder to get it down.
Whole new ball game here with 10 minutes left.
And that was on the ground. We talked about the need to reestablish the running attack for Parrish in the second half. We were talking about, hey, keep the defense, keep the other offense off the field in a sustained drive. But they get the big play, the explosive play out of number 22, Jermaine Edwards. And with that, we are now tied up after the extra point attempt by Owen Tomlinson, 28-28 here at Parrish Community High School. 10:42 left to go in the ball game. And this is why we play Friday night under the lights right here, Coach.
Yes.
District matchup, knotted up, fourth quarter, the championship on the line.
And now Parrish has got to kick off to Braden River, who's been dangerous in the kick return game tonight. They've already taken one back to the house, so we'll see what Parrish has in plan. They're probably going to do some sort of a squib kick or a pooch kick. Try to keep the ball away from kick return, deep returners getting a well-timed return. So either something short and high or a ground ball or something like that.
Joshua Edwards going back there with Isaac Heaven to receive this kick from Owen Tomlinson. They stand outside their 15-yard line.
It might be
They're expecting a short.
Galloway.
They are expecting a short kick, and diving on that ball, the up back that time. And it looks like Micah Fed, the linebacker, in on special teams. And Braden River is going to get that ball after a really short blooper at about the 42-yard line.
That's a good job by the Braden River return team, coming up, catching that ball in the air and getting down and getting great field position.
Interesting kickoff strategy there. They weren't fooling the Braden River Pirates that time. Everybody was moved up, ready for a short kickoff.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to give it to them at the 42, you might as well try an onside kick.
That's a really short kickoff.
And then you have a chance of recovery as well.
But again, that Bulls defense in this second half has done a tremendous job slowing down the attack of the Pirates. Let's see if they can keep that thing going here. But first down and 10, outstanding field position outside the 40 for Braden River. Despot looks to throw the ball, and that ball's going to be batted away and almost intercepted. Wow. Number 12 had his hands on the ball. That was Caleb. No, that's the wrong one. Gage Cameron.
Kind of falling backwards, trying to adjust to the tip ball. Almost had the interception.
And as it stands, it's going to be second down and 10. And that was a big play going through Gage Cameron's
hands.
Seems
like Braden River's just abandoned the running game here. They're just throwing every down.
Well, I was going to say, Gage Cameron, 72 tackles with 9.5 for a loss on the year. We haven't heard his name too much tonight until that play. Despot, Heaven, incomplete. And again, dropped on the sideline by Isaac Heaven. And that's going to bring up third down and 10.
5 straight pass plays. Like I said, they're just abandoning the running game and they continue to drop balls in the flat and guys are open.
And you got to wonder why. We talked about the size advantage in the trenches for the Braden River Pirates on offense and on defense, and they were chewing up yards in that first half.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Looking at it.
It's really, he's not a heavy box. He's 6 men in the box at most.
Third down and 10 for the Pirates.
They're an empty again.
41-yard line. Crowd going crazy. Despot cocks it.
Intercepted.
And it's going to be intercepted and dropped again by Gage Cameron.
No, it was 42 that time. 42.
Was it 42?
Yes, Jack Minter.
Might
have been a pick 6.
Wow.
I mean, he was going up the sideline.
And there's another look at it.
And that throw was right into his chest.
Menser. Wow.
They continue to try to throw the ball into the flats, and now the Parrish defenders are getting underneath that, and Braden Rivers made no adjustment to it.
But on the bright side for Parrish,
used less
3
than a minute.
and out. And still 10:28 to go left in the game. Plenty of time to go, and they are stiffening on defense. Kind of what Coach Post predicted before the game.
That was a 14-second possession for Braden River.
Far cry from the first half after they rolled up 273 yards of offense. A little bit of a rush that time, but Bruno Reese able to get away. And again, we've seen some dangerous returns out here that time. R.J. Mosley, or let's see who was back there.
Mosley.
That was not Mosley, was
I
it?
think it was Mosley.
Looks like 25. Was that Eloy?
Was it? No, it's 25.
Yeah, Eloy Serrata.
No, he wasn't a return guy. Mosley was a return guy.
No, Mosley was a return guy.
25 tried to jump in and make sure they got the fumble.
But we've seen a couple of dangerous.
Mosley got back on it, though. It didn't get away from him.
And that ball's going to be spotted right at the 30-yard line. Again, 10:18 to go in the game. Knotted up at 28 from Parrish Community High School. In a critical 3S District 13 matchup. Parrish right now on top of District 13, a half a game ahead of Port Charlotte. Port Charlotte with an easy schedule down the stretch, so they need every victory they can get to stay on top of the Pirates. The Pirates of Port Charlotte, that is.
Yeah, Port Charlotte's a pretty good team. I think they're got to be the favorite in that district.
They've got like 4 shutouts. Tricano in motion. Edwards on the handoff.
Dangler made the play, and then Dangler forced the play to bounce outside, and then Storm Hentz made the tackle. Good play, good defense by Braden River.
There you see Ronan Dangler getting in the backfield and disrupting that play with nowhere to go for Edwards, and then finally brought down by Storm Hentz.
Hentz probably get credit for the tackle there. Jump on pile.
Loss of about 10, maybe 9 on the play. Second down at 19.
Ooh, drop.
That's not going to go anywhere with that pass intended for Chemistry Young. Isaac Heaven on the coverage. Ball's incomplete. Third down and 19 to go.
Yeah, that was going to be a short gain if he did catch it, and Isaac Heaven almost broke. If he breaks a step faster, that could be a pick 6. He's closing on that ball. Eventually, one of these teams is going to run a hitch and go and beat somebody deep, because these corners are starting to jump on these short routes. They've thrown the ball in the flat so much tonight. Both teams, both offenses have done a good job of taking what the defense was giving them. But eventually, I think you're going to see a little hitch and go, and someone's going to be wide open.
Expect something safe here.
He's rolling out to his left.
Volts is going to look downfield. He's got his receiver, Chemistry Young, a little bit behind him, but that's a catchable ball that would have been a first down out of the 45. And instead, the Bulls are going to have to punt this thing away with 9:37 left to go in the ball game.
That's a tough throw, rolling to his left, and he had a little pressure there, and he had to throw kind of back to the middle a little bit, and he did throw a little bit behind him, like you said. I think most receivers would say they expect to catch that ball.
You know, we see right there Young holding his right arm a little bit gingerly, and we saw him go down in the end zone on that touchdown earlier, and it looked like he might have been dinged up.
No, I think that hit the play before on the hitch when Heaven came up. That right arm was exposed as he got hit on the ball he dropped, and he was pointing at his arm after that. I think in the end zone in the first half it was a cramp.
And Tomlinson with no return man back, and that nice roll for Owen Tomlinson. That ball is going to go inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. So a good job getting out of that after a 2-3 and outs by both teams
52-yard punt there.
That'll look good in the stats.
Yeah.
And there you see
that helps your average out.
It definitely will. 9:25 left to go in this ball game.
I guess Braden River assumed they might go for it. They just left their defense in and went safe. But then again, when they put return men back there, they've turned into fumbles the last 2 times. So maybe Coach Bradley has said, we're not going to put anybody back. We don't have anybody that can catch it. We'll just let you kick it and see how far it goes.
And that turned out to be a pretty good play for the Bulls. 52 yards on that punt, flipped the field.
I'd like to see Braden River try to run the ball.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They have abandoned the run. Let's see if they can get back to it. Plenty of time in the game. No reason to throw this ball all over the place. It hasn't worked out too well for him anyway. There's your handoff. It's Edwards. Edwards tries that right side, but that Parrish Bulls defense is there and up for the task. No gain on the play.
That's good defense there.
And that looked like maybe Gage Cameron in on the stop for that Bulls defense, number 12. And we got a timeout on the field.
Parrish defense playing much better this half. The adjustments Coach Post made at halftime, obviously, being very successful. They continue to play with passion, as we said, is one of the keys of the game. A lot of energy, a lot of guys running to the ball. You know, the coaches are wearing those pink shirts that say fight, and, you know, that's what you think of when you see the Parrish football team, a team that's going to come out here and fight. Like I said earlier, there's not a lot of quit in them, and they look like they're...
And you can see over there with the team huddled up, Braden River head coach Kurt Bradley with his team. And again, one of the better programs, if not the most winningest program in Manatee County over the last decade. He and Coach Sanders have built a winning tradition at the River. And right now, that winning tradition is on the line.
Don't forget Jim Lacey.
I will not forget our guy, Jim Lacey.
He's been there the longest. Jim Lacey's been there through thick, and he was there when Coach Volz was the head coach, who's now coaching the offensive line at Parrish. So he's the godfather of Braden River football.
I did not know that. That title was bestowed upon him. Jim Lacey, Godfather.
Been there a long time.
Despot looking downfield, pulls up short. Edwards on the reception. Edwards still fighting for yards, and a great job getting near the sticks, and that's going to be close to a first down.
No, short. They're marking it.
Let's see
about
what
a yard and a half short, 2 yards short, so it's going to be third and 2.
You see Edwards battling for those extra yards, and he got about 3 yards of effort right there. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line, and it's going to be a short to long one to go for this first down conversion on third down. And again, 3 and out the last time they had the ball. That Parrish defense has been up to the task in this second half. Can they do it here? The crowd into this game. Galloway on the Edwards on the handoff, and he's going to get it. Edwards got a little bit of a lean early.
They put an extra tackle over on this side. They're extra offensive lineman on the left side, lined up as a tight end, and just came off the ball, and it was just straight ahead power.
And again, when you've got that kind of size advantage, you got to make plays like that. When you need a yard, get 3.
Galloway's back in running back now. The same formation.
Looks like they're going to run this ball again. Let's see if it's a play fake. It is. And Despot's going to roll out to his right, looking downfield. Uncourts one, got a man. It's Schaefer.
What a catch.
What a catch.
What a catch.
Wow. Schaefer holds that in. Matt Schaefer with an unbelievable catch.
He was covered perfectly. He was right in his pocket, and he turned around. The ball hit 2 of them at the same time. They got an illegal formation, looks like, coming back.
Ooh.
Lyman downfield.
Again, that would be at least the 3rd one this game. The refs are still talking this over. You've got a ref with his hat off. Usually that's a sign somebody went out of bounds.
And then this ref over here on the linesman on the Parrish side threw his flag, but he's since picked it up. The receiver, I think he can come back if he was forced out of bounds. He can come back in bounds, but I don't think he was the first to touch it anyway because I think it hit the defender.
And that's a shame. What a great catch by Matt Schaefer, just looking that ball in, concentrating off the deflection, tipped it to himself.
I wish we had microphones on the refs for this one because we're going to hear this description.
Illegal man downfield. Like you called it. And that has plagued this team tonight. And boy, Despot took a long time to roll out to the right that time as Schaefer got downfield, and that lineman just couldn't hold his block.
I didn't see who went downfield. It looked like they were unbalanced, so there was a tackle on this end, but that doesn't mean it's illegal man downfield if he doesn't go downfield. I haven't seen him downfield.
As it stands, it's just a huge penalty and a big difference in this game with only 7:26 left to go.
If we had a replay, maybe we can see from the beginning of the play if one of the linemen got down or if the receiver was covered up.
I just want to see that catch again.
That too. What a great catch. That's the best catch I've seen in years.
And that ball's going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. The good news for the River, it's still first down.
Well, but instead of 1st and 10 at the 20, it's 1st and 15 at your own 35. Huge difference. But we'll see if they can overcome the adversity of getting that called back, or if Parrish can just keep bending and not breaking.
And a little bit of a lean again by Edwards on the handoff, and he's going to get
2 yards.
Maybe 2 yards on that pickup. That was Galloway actually again on the handoff. So 1st and 15 becomes 2nd down and 13.
We're starting to get in the area now where the clock becomes important here. We're down to 6 minutes here.
And Braden River with a long way to go behind the chains at 2nd down and about 13 yards to go. So if they're going to run that football, you got to expect it's going to be something like a delayed draw maybe, but this is a passing down most times.
A lot of time to get this play in and get the formation and the personnel in. They're changing personnel.
And they're
they
still
got
in
5
motion
seconds
everywhere.
right now to get it off. I don't think they're going to get off. They're going to have to call time.
They got it off. And Despot immediately looks downfield. It looked like the
Everybody
play froze
stopped.
for a minute. And Despot's going to be brought down, wrapped up and dropped in the backfield. That's number 5.
Springfield. Dustin
That's
Springfield.
Dustin Springfield, the other Springfield, to throw Despot down for a huge loss on the play and get this crowd going crazy.
So I don't know what happened there. The
play
refs-
looked like it stopped.
Water drink, everybody stopped except for the quarterback that was scrambling around, and the defense kept playing, but the entire Braden River team stopped as if they didn't get it off.
I thought that's exactly what happened, that
I
we
thought there
missed
was
a
a
whistle.
That was a strange play there. A big loss.
But there was no whistle, not until after Springfield dropped Despot for a huge loss on the play.
That whole operation was out of whack. They were late getting into the personnel, late getting into formation, late getting in the getting the snap off, and then it looked like everybody was standing around. I don't know what that was.
Third down now, and it's going to be 21 yards to go. Let's actually see where this ball is. It's inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. So yes, third down at 21 for the Pirates. Tough spot to be in. Tied ball game, 28-28 at Parrish Community High School. District 13 matchup, Class 3S, with the playoff picture on the line.
Not a lot of plays for 3rd and 23. I've said that before. It's
your best bet's usually get a penalty, chuck it up there,
or
try to get an interference call.
Run it and punt it.
Pressure, Springfield.
Screen, and he couldn't get it.
And that ball probably luckily that it was dropped.
Springfield, it was all over. That's Ashton.
That's
that
the
time.
other Springfield, Ashton. Another look at it there. And Gage Cameron was right on the spot. So if Galloway would have caught that ball, he would have been dropped for another loss.
They were trying to get a screen off there. That's a good safe play, and if it doesn't work, you're going to punt it.
And what that does, though, it does stop the clock. You said earlier we're getting into that stage of the game where the clock becomes important, and you can't really predict how things are going to turn out. But with 5:34 left to go in this ball game, if Parrish can get just a couple of first downs and then Braden River gets that ball back, had that clock been running there would not be a lot of time left in regulation to even get this ball back.
See how Mosley does on this punt. He's fumbled the last one.
And he's calling for a fair catch.
That's a smart play.
And that ball is going to be caught at just outside the 30 at about the 31-yard line. And that's where the Bulls are going to begin. First down and 10 with 5:26 left to go in the ball game. And we are tied from Parrish Community High School, 28-28.
This will be not quite where you have to hurry, but you have to be, like I said, cognizant of the time. Because 5 minutes in high school, sometimes it takes you longer than that to drive down the field. So you have to be playing with a little bit of urgency. A little pep in your step, getting to the line a little quicker. But they don't need to panic. They definitely don't need to rush right now. I think Coach Clark would love a 5-minute and 25-second touchdown drive here. And don't leave any time for Braden River.
And remember, they eschewed a field goal just outside the 20-yard line earlier in this ball game. So we don't really know exactly where Tomlinson's range is going to be. Nice carry that time off the left side. And that was Turner. We take another look at Jerome Turner on that carry.
Yeah, it's good run there. Made a couple of guys miss. Looked like he didn't have much and turned it into a good play.
8 yards on first down for Jerome Turner in that Bulls offense. Second down and 2 to go. Volts gets the play from the sideline. Turner sets up shop next to him. And Volts is going to throw that out to Mosley, and Mosley tries to cut it back into the field, and he does, and Mosley picks up additional yards. Again, back-to-back, nice plays to begin this critical drive.
Mike the Fed getting out, looks like get out on the tackle. Here comes Mike the Fed chasing the play down from the inside out and making the tackle. Good block out there on the perimeter by the receiver.
Back-to-back first downs. Ball just shy of midfield at the 48.
Braden River looks like they're getting ready to bring pressure here. Micah Fed's walking up.
Handoff this time, Turner. Turner tries the right side, cuts it up, but that Pirate defense is there to shut him down. Nice job by that Braden River front seven.
And 22 in the middle of the mix there.
Storm Hentz again.
Storm Hentz again. We're calling his name a lot for sophomore. You got 22 and 3, 2 sophomores in that defense that they got to be really happy with the future with those guys in that defense as they get to know the defense better and play it and get more experience. Looks like you got a cramp. You got somebody cramping up over there. Kowchak in playing some defense now too, 87. Normally the starting tight end, he does play some.
Where would you put that big body? A defensive end?
It wasn't their defense. The defensive end plays plays inside the tackle a lot in the 4-eye. So yeah, that would be a place you would use him.
It looks like a cramp again. That
It's
looks
99.
like Miles Holman again.
They need him back. He's a difference maker in the pass rush. So he's got to get over there and drink some pickle juice. And
again with the pickle juice.
That's how you get rid of cramps, man. I remember Breon Carnes limping out of the end zone after a touchdown run right over to the pickle juice jug and drinking his pickle juice so he could go back in.
Is it that much better than Gatorade?
Yes. The cramp goes away immediately.
I'd rather cramp.
I drink
Second
pickle
down.
juice. I drink pickle juice recreationally, but I have a problem.
Recreational pickle juice consumption. That's awesome. And that pass is going to be complete, but dropped for no gain.
That's 21 for Braden River. Not a starter.
Sammy Levita.
Sammy Levita.
We haven't seen him a lot. He still gets in there for returns every now and then, but he's been replaced on defense and at wide receiver in this Braden River Pirate team. So it's good to see number 21.
That was a good play there. Yep. I don't know what's
the
going
Bulls
on
look
here.
like they're calling for timeout. What are they doing?
Throwing a ball around. Like you can't throw your own ball into the quarterback.
They had 2 balls out there.
Like they tried to change the balls, but the refs were like, "No, you can't do that. we have to do that. You can't just throw one in from the stands."
Haven't seen that before.
I don't know where that came from.
3rd down.
3rd and 9. Big play.
Big play.
Huge play.
Mosley almost turned upfield a little bit early. Volts is going to throw that ball under pressure, and Jackson Volts goes down.
Good pressure there. It looked like 8 for Braden River. 8 got the sack.
Number 8 is Alexander Garnes for the Pirates. As we take another look at this, and it is number 8 along with Micah Fed, number 33, the other linebacker in there.
Yeah. So they brought pressure with Fed, and then 8 finished it off. Fed was in there. That's good pressure there from Braden River. That's a big stop on 3rd and 9.
And again, 2:34 and counting in this game.
They haven't really put a lot of pressure on Volts tonight. They had a couple of hits late as he released the ball, but I think that's the first.
We got a little bouncer.
That's twice he's saved them on bad snaps.
And again, no return man. I mean, that's the 2nd time in a row we've seen no return man back there.
I really think Coach Bradley feels that if we're going to fumble it, we'll just put 11 guys up and play defense at this point in the game.
That's another thing I've never seen.
And see how far the kid can kick it, rather than risk fumbling it.
And what that's going to wind up doing is giving the Pirates the ball back just outside their own 20-yard line with 2:18 left to go in this ball game that's tied up at 28. And again, this is
we might have our first. Well, we had overtime last year, didn't we? First one this year.
Yeah, first one this year. We haven't had one.
There was Braden River as well. We had overtime.
Braden River and Manatee, wasn't it? Or?
That was Braden River Palmetto.
Palmetto, okay.
Yeah. But I don't. Braden River's not built for this. They've hit quick tonight on some long plays, but their offense is more designed to grind it out and get little chunks. And they take a long time to get to change the formations and change personnel groups. So it'll be interesting to see with 2:18 should be enough time, in high first downs.
And Despot's got a man. That's Joshua Edwards out in the flats, and Edwards is going to be driven out of bounds after a pickup.
No, he kept the clock running. The clock's running. The ref kept it winding. I thought that was
critical with 2:06. It looked to me like Edwards was out of bounds.
He ruled.
We see right there, and he was.
Ruled that his forward progress was stopped inbounds. It's a terrible call. I hate when they do that. And
yeah,
I'm an offensive coach, so when
I understand he was going
stays
sideways
on his feet and runs out of bounds, stop the clock. That's what he's coached to do. So.
But hey, good job by the defender to run him out of bounds sideways and keep that clock going. Limit that forward progress. Handoff this time, Edwards right side, nothing.
It looks Edwards looks like he's not running with the intensity he was running with earlier in the game.
Gage Cameron, amongst others, there to bring down Edwards.
This is taking way too much time once again. In the 2-minute
yeah,
offense.
this is not designed for success.
The offensive line is huddling 6 yards behind the ball. The offensive line's got to be up on the ball already, and you got to have the play called.
Is Braden River bleeding clock right here with a 3rd down?
I would be trying to score to get 3rd and 2. You get a 1st down, and clock stops, and then you get keep moving.
I mean, this is just too slow.
It's like they've got 5 seconds now to get it off. They almost got to delay a game in the 2-minute offense.
Despot looks downfield, picked off. That ball's going to be picked off by number 6 for the Pirates. That's Bryson Bender, and Bryson Bender still on his feet. Bryson Bender, touchdown, Parrish Bulls. Wow. 42 seconds left to go in the game, and just like last week, a defensive touchdown in the last couple of minutes to win this game.
Great play. Ill-advised throw. They were late getting the playoff. Nothing about that was clean.
Here's another look at it.
Yeah.
And you see Bender going up for that ball. Heaven tries to make the tackle. Bender stays off on his feet. What a defensive play, and for the 2nd week in a row, this Bulls defense rises up with a defensive touchdown to pull a game out. At least we think. There's still 42 seconds left to go in this ball game. Timeout. Parrish Bulls. And just when you thought we might be heading to overtime.
I don't know what their timeout. Maybe they didn't have enough guys out there, or are they thinking about going for 2? I don't know why you would do that. Maybe just with the sudden change of the defensive score, they didn't have enough guys out there for the extra point, or somebody was missing, because the offense is usually on the field when you score, and those offensive linemen usually stay in for the PAT. So maybe they just wanted to make sure they had. You can't take the timeouts home with you, so maybe they wanted to make sure they got everybody calmed down and had everybody where they were supposed to be.
And if you're the Braden River Pirates, heartbreaking. Looked like you had this game in control in the first half. 3 turnovers at the end of the 2nd quarter brought the Bulls back into this football game. You had the opening kickoff for a touchdown from Marcus Galloway, and that wasn't enough.
Well, the turnover ratio was the key, we said. And, who won the turnover battle, and Parrish definitely won that.
+4 for the Bulls. As that extra point by Tomlinson is up, and it's good. And the Bulls take a 35-28 lead with 42 seconds left to go. And this crowd is loving what they're seeing out here from their first place Bulls.
Now you're probably going to, Braden River's probably going to get good field position here. I don't see them kicking the ball deep. They're probably going to kick some sort of squib again, or a little bloop. So you'll probably get the ball around the 40-yard line with 35 seconds or so.
You're taking out the return, but the last time they tried that little blooper kick, it gave Braden River the ball at the 42-yard line. And with 42 seconds left, you do not want to give the River that kind of field position.
This half, the Parrish defense is really shut down.
Literally.
Yeah.
There's not been a point scored by the Braden River offense this half. Their only points, again, coming off that opening kickoff return for a touchdown, when it looked like they were getting run over in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, up until the last couple of minutes of the 2nd quarter, when those turnovers happened. And we had another timeout. The Dylan Clark calling timeout there. He's, like I said, can't take him home. He wants to make sure he's got everybody
smart.
And he wanted to see how Braden River was going to line up their return guys so they could decide where they wanted to kick it. And now they're calling Coach Post over there to talk to the kickoff team.
You can see the Bulls huddled up there. A sea of pink and blue and white.
What a huge win this would be if they can hold on for Parrish. I think Braden River still thought of Parrish as the stepchild, and until, because in the past they've handled him pretty easily until tonight. And I think this is a coming out party for Parrish. They're saying we're here, and We're not afraid of you. We're going to fight.
And that's what they've done tonight. Just like the words on the backs of their shirts.
Fight, that's right. Now we're going to get a little pooch kick. Squibs to the right. Picked up by
and
Schaefer.
This is going to be great field position. Matt Schaefer outside the 40, and again, out to about the 42-yard line. But remember, they need a touchdown, not a field goal here. They're going to have to go 58 yards, and they're going to have to do it in 37 seconds.
Let's go!
We've seen big plays, so keep your eyes out for number 1 and number 17 on the outside. And don't forget, Matt Schaefer with a great catch on that last series as well, called back with a penalty. And boy, oh boy, where would we be without these penalty flags in here tonight as well? Turnovers and penalties just a killer for the Pirates.
Well, when you look at teams that are struggling, they've lost 3 games in a row. That's usually what you see, teams that commit penalties. We've seen it this year with Palmetto. Penalties killing them. We've seen, the teams that are struggling, that's usually their MO.
Schaefer to the top of your screen. Edwards to the bottom. No head, no sign of Isaac Heaven. Konchak in the slot. Despot rolls to his right. Gets rid of it. Short pickup if it's caught. It's not. And that's going to bring up second down. 31.8 ticks left on the clock.
7 and 10.
That's not going to get it done. They're going to have to move that ball downfield. I mean, that was well defended by the Bulls, but they would be in a position to give that up all day long at this point in the ball game.
Yeah, you just want to rally the ball and go make the tackle and keep in bounds on that. How many timeouts does Braden River have left? I don't know if our scoreboard is accurate on that.
2 timeouts according to our graphic on the screen. Isaac Heaven in the game at the top of your screen. Edwards to the bottom. Despot tries to step up in the pocket, looking, gets rid of the ball. Got a man! And Joshua Edwards dropped the ball again.
It's a touchdown.
That was a game-tying touchdown, and Joshua Edwards has had a tough night tonight.
Great play by Despot. I mean, he steps up in the pocket, got out of there a little quick. I thought he looked a little frantic, but then he gathered himself as he rolled to his left, turned, and made a perfect throw over all the defenders, and the receiver couldn't hold on. That was a game-time touch. We had overtime right there, Skip.
And boy, Joshua Edwards on the season, just outstanding, running the ball, catching the ball. This is not the kind of play that we're used to seeing out of him. He's a tough nose ball player. He's got to be sick. Third down.
23 seconds left, too. Now the clock's really getting important.
The distance doesn't even matter. Third down and a long way to go for 6. Despot evades pressure, rolling right, rolling left, and just gets rid of it down the sideline. 4th down. And here's your ball game. 16.7 seconds left to go. 4th down and 10. And again, the distance is not important here. This needs to be caught. It needs to be caught downfield and get out of bounds or be able to call a timeout.
Yeah, you
to get at least a Hail Mary.
Yeah, you can call a timeout after this play. You could run a 10-yard out, or you can go down the middle of the field, catch the ball, get tackled, and call a timeout after that. The clock's going to stop on a 1st down anyway, but you could use a timeout and gather yourself and set up a Hail Mary type play.
For the Parrish defense, this is the game on the line right here. 4th down for the Pirates. Is it their last gasp, but they got another one in the bag? Empty set. 5 wides. Despot gets rid of it, incomplete. And the Parrish Bulls are going to pull this thing out. 12.5 seconds left to go in the ball game, and they lead by a score of 35-28. And they're going to remain in 1st place in District 13, a half game ahead of those Port Charlotte Pirates.
Unless Mario Cristobal's coaching in Parrish, the game should be over right now.
Take a knee. Man, what a game. I mean, back and forth. It looked like it was the Pirates' game to lose. They were dominating in the trenches on both sides of the ball. 273 yards of offense in that 1st half. 21 points on the scoreboard. And in that 2nd half, a big goose egg on the scoreboard from the offense and not much on the ground or in the air. What a credit to that Parrish Community defense and the big plays that they've been able to muster on offense. And that's going to do it as the time runs out. and a coming out party for the Parrish Bulls here in East Manatee County, as they are no longer the little brother, the step brother of Manatee County football. They are in first place in District 13 as they take out the Braden River Pirates 35-28. And we want to thank you guys one more time for joining us on the MSTV High School Football Game of the Week. We're going to be off next week. We've got a bye week before we return. And I think we're going to have Lakewood Ranch and Bayshore on the backside of our bye week as Bayshore plugging away for their first playoff berth in quite some time. But right now, the Braden River Pirates have got themselves a long way to go as they stare at the outside of that playoff chase coming into this game as the 11th seed, and the Parrish Bulls stay on top. That's going to do it for our game tonight. We're going to go ahead and throw this out to a highlight package and look at some of the big plays from tonight's game as we send you guys off. And we'll catch you back here on MSTV in 2 weeks. I want to thank Matt Messenger, Carl Shelton, Nick Balkelder, and then, of course, the TV and production teacher, Miss Erin Litch from Parrish Community High School, and her students for being out here tonight. Great game from everybody involved. Have a good night, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen,